Hey, oh, hang on. Well, hey, hello. Hey, everybody, what's up? I'm here. Sorry I was a little late. I was doing some stuff. I was editing and making a dumb TikTok for our Arcane Arcade account, and I don't know. I've been busy all day, but I'm here now, and we're gonna read the rest of the UA, and it's gonna be super fun. Thanks everybody for waiting. Appreciate you. There's way too many of you here, but thanks for joining. Ignore my SM7B mess in the background. Moving a lot of stuff around right now. So I said I was going to be here at like 3, and then I changed it to like 3:25, and then now I'm like 7 minutes late to that. So yeah, the Cobalt took my computer, and it was a rough time. So sorry, I wasn't editing anything. I was chasing down a Cobalt. There were 12 Cobalt, actually. 12 of them. They all had screwdrivers and various tools, and they took apart my PC piece by piece. They took the graphics card. They even took the CPU out. They took each stick of RAM, and they all ran in separate directions. So I just chased them all down and destroyed them. So yeah. Thanks for joining, guys. Didn't even have a lance. Nope. No, actually, all of them did. Every single one had a lance. That's why they were so easy to chase down, because they're small creatures and they have disadvantage on using them, which is a rule apparently. How many were in trench coats? None. Well, they were actually all 12 were one guy, really super tall dude. It was just Logan. Actually, it was just Rune Smith, and I was like, my good friend Logan, you are looking rather scaly today. What's going on? And then it devolved from there. He was like, I brought you a new component for your computer, and I just took all the pieces. So that's what happened. Yeah. Did they wake the baby? No, actually, Marceline was cheering them on. Marceline thought it was funny. So, yeah. Am I quiet? Do I sound okay? I never know. So you guys just have to gauge that. But you seem to be able to hear me, so should be fine. And they were a mech? Yeah, so, it really, 3 Cobalt in a trench coat, technically a mech. That's like baseline mech, right? Okay, good. I sound fine. That's fine. Okay, so we are going to finish. We are going to finish this today. I thought we could do it in one stream. Not even 2. We got to do this in 3 streams. So, yeah, Cobalt, get in the mech. Come on, Cobalt. Get in the mech. Shinji would be a Cobalt. All right, anyways, let's sorry, I got to be able to see chat. I got to open chat real fast. I can see it now, but I need to scroll down a little bit. Hello? YouTube, please. YouTube, please. Oh, I have to be in the live thing. Give me a sec. I'm trying to figure things out. Okay, I got it now. I got it. Great. Did I see new Baldur's Gate stuff? Has there been new? Has there been anything new? Because I've seen the whole Halsin romance. You know, you can be a druid and okay. I have not watched anything, because I'm now at the point where if I watch any so I have a tough time with trailers. The druid one, okay, I heard about this. I have a tough time with trailers. Anytime a trailer comes out, I'll watch it if it's like the first one or the second one. But once it gets down to it, like if it's coming out in a few weeks or a few months, I completely avoid trailers. And that is because, and that's not even like a conscious decision. I have only 2 moods. I either have complete and utter hype, like I will not be able to contain myself. That's how excited I am. Or I will have like a weird sense of like disappointment. Like it will just go the opposite, where it's like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Now I'm sort of upset, and now I'm looking forward to it less. Thanks for the 10, Donovan Eagle. Sorry if you've answered this already, but have you played the Witcher TTRPG? It's very much like how you describe your Fallout system, but crunchier when it comes to wounds. I will answer you, Donovan Eagle, in a second. Let me finish my thought, which was that. So I'm now at the point with Baldur's Gate 3 where I don't want to watch any of the trailers because I know I'll just get really, really, really excited. So I keep seeing stuff about it, and the FOMO is hitting me. I see social media posts, everybody's posting about bears and druids and stuff, and it looks super awesome. But I don't. I kind of just want to be surprised by the game. And I'll just have fun playing the game once I get to it, but maybe I'll go watch the trailers and stuff. So, the new tiefling lady from Baldur's Gate 3, I assume you're talking about Karlach, who was in the game, in the early access, and they teased that she would have a different looking model, and now I think that got confirmed, which is really, really, really cool. So that's really exciting. Yeah, no, I'm extremely excited. Guys, I hope you want Baldur's Gate 3 content, because once the game comes out, that's all we're gonna be doing. it's just gonna be Baldur's Gate 3 a channel basically. So, XP to level Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, Donovan, hang on. I think it's over here somewhere. I think I have it. Maybe I just have the One Ring one. I have more bookshelves upstairs, so maybe it's upstairs. I don't want to go all the way upstairs. I haven't played The Witcher TTRPG, but I'm pretty sure I have it, and I've heard good things about it. I flipped through it when there was when they released they did the console update like a few months ago. And I played through the whole game again. I was like, whoa, we should play the TTRPG. And I read through the book, and then we never did it. But yeah, I have the book, and I've read through it, and I've gone, this is interesting. It wasn't there was nothing in there that made me go, whoa, this is crazy, but I really only skimmed it. So it's good to hear that it's fun. It's an interesting setting for sure, but I think that would, I don't know. To me, Witcher would only be fun if the whole party was Witchers. That's the kind of game that I'd want to do. And the book is kind of be a dwarf. And it's okay. And it's it does this thing, from what I saw, it does this thing where Witcher is kind of a starting race that you get, instead of it being a class, but there's both. You can be you can be a dwarf ranger, or an elf fighter, but you can also be a witcher something, or a something witcher, and you can be a witcher. That's what I saw. So I don't know. Okay, you're right. Sorry, Zomba Ninja Pitbull is correct. Focus before you need a fourth stream. Sorry, I just love talking to you guys. It's so much fun. Okay, so let's get into this, and let's also turn my light down because it's a bit bright. What? It can get so bright. That's half. That's half settings. That's full. That's full light power. It kind of auto adjusted, but there's so many shadows. Okay, we're gonna bring that back down. Sorry, the light just looked weird. I have to fix this because I saw my face. Okay, there we go. That. Hello, are you gonna fix your exposure? Are we just gonna be zoomed in? All right, fine. That's what it looks like. There. That's fine. Okay, I swear to God, I'm focusing. I know what I'm doing. A whole bird donated 5. Thanks so much for that. One sec. Sorry if you've already answered this, but what are your opinions on of Rogue Attack Back Sneak, the class of Hot Eat the Food? You had me until Eat the Food. Oh my God. if you what is that? It's why do they call it rogue when you rogue in the sneak attack of out sneak attack eat the rogue? That's my answer to that. Calvin, thanks for the 10. First time I've caught one of your videos live. Love all of your work. Thanks for sharing it with us. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining. This is definitely not a video. This is more of a stream. I would be editing more of this, but anyways. Alter, thanks for the 5. What character do you think will make your first Baldur's Gate character? I'm super excited to see Berserker Barbarian with Tavern Brawler. I don't know, but I'll probably play a Tiefling Warlock. That's probably what I'm gonna go with. So we shall see. I'm not sure, but that's kind of like my favorite combo. So I don't know. Maybe human fighter, human bard will really make me want to go over towards it, but we shall see. We shall see. Okay, guys. Okay, we are going to actually get into this. We're gonna do this now. Here we go. Our intro is done. How much time did we waste? Only 10 minutes. it was only 10 minutes, guys. I'm focusing, I swear. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So we left off. Okay. Do you guys remember what happened last time? It's like a D&D game. Last time we went over, we're at 6. I went over Bard. Bard's fine. Really like College of the Dance. It's very cool. College of Glamour is great. There was nothing really with Bard that I dislike. I really like what they're doing with Bard. They had a little bit of like a change in, they've been writing more about like its flavor and kind of like what the identity of a Bard is. And I think that's great. I think now sleeping on it and thinking about it, I think I really like the direction they're going with Bard, even if it's not exactly what my original idea was. So, yeah, last time on XP to level 3, yes, you can all long rest. You guys can all long rest. You also, you guys were at 3 levels of exhaustion, so you guys all get back 1 level of exhaustion as well. So, anyways, we went through Cleric. I don't know. I kind of just gave a thumb to Cleric. It's like cool. Cleric was fine, continues to be fine, and I think Jeremy Crawford's talked about that Cleric is just like a highly rated class, so whatever they're doing with it, I'm sure it's going to be fine. I've never really super played a Cleric or ever felt like Cleric was like super good or super bad. It's just right in the middle, and that's fine. If anything, I like that you have just more versatility as a Cleric. Sounds great. Just gonna move through this. Druid was where we were controversial. I know some people said Monk was controversial. Incorrect. Druid was where we were all throwing hands because apparently they did Druid in a previous UA that I just skipped, which was UA 5. And I really liked what they did with that one because of the static stat blocks. But in the new one, apparently a lot of people didn't like that, and they changed it. And now it's kind of back to what Wild Shape used to be, except they limit you in how many forms you can take. I think that's fine. I think I was really held up on the stat block thing because I thought that was a really cool idea, just to really simplify it. And I still stick by that. But I think keeping the limit, like the Wild Shape, like you only get 3 forms. Yeah, you have to go get the challenge rating, but at least you're not scrolling through like a billion stat blocks. Just having 3 that you just have, I think is great. And at 4th level, you get 4 and then you get 5. I think that's fine. I think that works really well. And it is... I will go back on what I said a little bit. Also talking to Spencer about it, because Spencer was more like down for this, and I was like, yeah, well, all right. And I think that the limited in forms I think is really good. So I would really like a Druid Wild Shape where it's just a stat block and you can get customizable like features like Warlock invocations that you can add to it. But yeah. Also, you can choose whatever you want. Oops, all dinosaur. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's cool because then you can have like a theming to your druid kind of, which is kind of fun. And then they give you base ones too. Like here's a horse, here's a spider, here's a wolf. That's cool. Anyways, druids, whatever. I like what they did with the land stuff. I like all the abilities. I was just a little iffy on Wild Shape, but I like all the new abilities they've been giving him. Monk's fantastic. Monk is great. What they did to Monk is is very cool. There was some argument about like they took all the flavor away. Completely disagree. They they just changed the name key to discipline points, which is fine, and they added a lot more stuff that you can do, and you can the deflect missiles makes more sense. They limited stunning strike, which is good. Stunning strikes has always been way too strong. I don't like stun. Go watch my like 20-30 minute video about why I don't like stun. Um, and I like what they've done with the subclasses, and the Shadow Monk is still got it's like teleport ability, but they took away like the super powerful. You can do what was it like? You can just you pass without a trace at like 3rd level, which is wild. And yeah, I like what they've done with Monk. And then later on, you get to just throw back anything like an Eldritch Blast. That's so cool. It is not still bad. It's great. It's if anything, it is exactly what Monk was. Like it's still okay. For everybody saying Monk is garbage now, which is just insane to me, because that is insane to me because they haven't changed it very much. It's still the exact same thing, except they made it a little better. We've sacrificed 2 things. They have sacrificed 2 things. They have made stun reasonable, and we did lose immunity to poison. That is an L that we are going to have to take. But that's very minor compared to everything else. Monk was already bad? What D&D are you guys playing? What edition are y'all playing? Monk is amazing. Monk is incredible. It must be how I DM, because like my Monk players are always great. Bad players, honestly, look at the weapons. Why you guys what about weapons? What about weapons? What weapons? We already looked at weapons. Monk is super fun. Monk is like, you can run on walls, you can throw stuff back, you can punch people. It is instant gratification. It's super fun. Honestly, all right, we're going to really get into the hot takes here, but I'm just going to throw out a hot take really fast. It's just my vision, and I may be wrong about this. So if I am, you can clip this and laugh at me later about it. To me, I think people who say that Monk is really stupid and not powerful play in games where they are trying to be powerful, because Monk does have a ceiling. Monk caps you out. A lot of the other classes don't. And I think that you can take some of the other classes in the game and do some weird combos, and maybe, not really designed rules as intended, make yourself extremely broken powerful, and Monk doesn't really let you do that, besides like the obvious, break the sound barrier, because Monk gets crazy speed bonuses. So, yeah, ceiling is level 5. That's crazy. So, I don't know. I think that this is that Monk is great, and it's going to continue to be good, and it's a fun class to play. I think it's great. Team Lance, all you Lance enjoyers. Okay, that's where we ended off. We ended off yelling about monks. I like monks. I think monks are cool, and they just made monks better. And we're moving on to Paladin. And guy, I really, I'm gonna watch my subscribers just freaking drop to 10 because the title of the stream today. Oathkeeper, thanks for the $4.99. I want to be a Power Ranger. Monk lets me do that. Exactly. Monk is an entire play style that they've put into the game that you can't do with any other class, which I think is a lot of fun. Okay, guys. Paladin is a great class. Paladin is one of the best classes in the entire game. I love Paladin. All my friends love Paladin. We're here in the XP to level 3 Arcane Arcade house. We love Paladins. All Paladin characters are super neat and super unique. Thanks, Stormer, for the 5. Monk already had a bad DPR in comparison to the other classes. Raw and rules is written by about 30, but no rogue Sag. Yeah, but you're trading. To me, Monk isn't about damage all the time. It's about the maneuverability. It's about the fact that you have other types of utility. Yeah. Anyways, I think monks, flavor wise, story wise, taking an oath. We play with so we are more of the paladin, take your oath. That's where you get your magic. You don't necessarily have to be locked into an alignment. You don't have to be like a holy knight. Your power and your magic and what you do comes from within you. And I think that is such a cool way to play a character in a TTRPG, to have a story within like a TTRPG. I love paladins. I think they're great. I'm prefacing all of this because I don't want to remove this class. I don't want to just nerf it into the ground, nothing like that. But after we're gonna go here for this. We're gonna after DMing this game for this long, I've DM'd a lot of 5th edition, and it's very rare that we don't have a paladin in our games. I actually don't think we've never not had a paladin in our parties. Let me think. Yeah, I think when we played Ghosts of Saltmarsh and Dragon Heist and Ghosts of Saltmarsh were the only times we didn't have a paladin. We've always had one. And so I've had a lot of experience with this class. And it's too strong. It's too strong. Yeah, Strixhaven's another one. No paladin in Strixhaven. Paladin consistently outshines. You guys want to talk about DPS. You guys want to talk about builds. Paladin by base. You don't have to do anything to that class. Just rockets beyond everybody in that party. And this may just be the way that I DM. And if that's it, then fine. This is my unique experience. And that's why you're watching this video. You know, if you care about what I have to say and what my thoughts are about this, it is from my experience from playing this game. From my experience, this class is too strong. It's way too strong because it can do everything. A lot of times when I'm DMing and I have like a challenge that I want the players to overcome, most of the time, the paladin can do all of it. Paladin, the only thing the paladin is not really going to have that the rest of the party might is like maybe intelligence. Like a paladin doesn't necessarily need intelligence. But charisma caster, so you've got spells, you've got damage, you've got range with some of your spells as well. You've also got healing. You've also got support. And you've also got buffing your party members. It's good to be near the paladin. It's good for the paladin to go first. It's good for the paladin to do damage. It's good for the paladin to do everything. What's something like the only thing that I feel like is like the one situation that you don't want your paladin in is like we're investigating and we need somebody smart to investigate. But even then the paladin's like, well, I've got charisma, so I can like talk to people. I'm also a face. Like the paladin's also like got face abilities. Paladin, I guess stealth, and if you're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, you're playing a city intrigue game. You know, paladin is just going to be like the bouncer, the bodyguard, and that's fine. But that's its very small niche that it doesn't fit into. Meanwhile, everybody else, it's got like it's the complete opposite. So, Donovan Eagle, thanks for the 10. Having connection issues. Sorry if this comes super late, but the big thing that makes Witcher special is its character creator and backstory generator is great for encouraging new players to get into roleplay. That's super cool. I did see that, and I think that's a really neat rule. I got to go back and look at that because I love Cyberpunks. I think Cyberpunks is very cool. So, yeah. Everything is a nail. Yeah. So, yeah, hit points, everything. I have just noticed a pattern, and the pattern is playing Paladin is amazing. And I think that that's fine. I think that this is because they're supposed to be... I think that Paladins are purposefully sort of made really powerful because there's this trade. And the trade, and it's I don't agree with this trade, but this trade is like, you take an oath and you have to follow it down to the book. And if you don't, then you're going to lose your powers. And it's the idea that like, if you stray from your tenets, then you're going to lose your paladin-ness. But that's never an issue in our games, because characters will just build themselves around their tenets, and then it's like, well, I'm not role-playing. It's a study in role-play. I'm not role-playing my character very well if I'm not sticking to my tenets. And so I guess like the challenge there in making a paladin character is, if you want to challenge yourself, if you don't want to, you know, be super powerful, is to be like, have like a wavering sort of like oath, like maybe you don't fully agree with it. But in turn, that's just kind of like not a fun way to play, because it's like, well, then I'm going to lose everything that I am. And sure, like there's people who want to play paladin characters that are like that. But I don't think that that's the most fun way to play the class. I think the most fun way to play the class is to build your character around your oaths, fully believe it, and be like, I am a force of this ideal, and I am that. I'm the, you know, powerful anime character, and I'm going to do some cool stuff. And I think that's fine. I love that character concept. I think it's cool. But the issue is that I think that they can just do too much, and everything that they can do is really, really good, and it outshines a lot of the other classes. So one of like my small example is like what is it? The aura. I think that the aura is insane. And I was first radicalized behind not being a super cool paladin enjoyer when like we had like a bard and a paladin in our party, and the bard was like counter charm, which is, we all know is a terrible ability, and the paladin's like, you just stand next to me and it doesn't matter. And it's like, why is it like this? And now they are going through, they've made counter charm super, super good. So yeah, that's there. And I don't know if they've done anything to the aura or anything like that, but I think that, I don't think they need to nerf Paladin, but I don't think Paladin needs to be any better. If anything, I don't think Paladin should be, either give Paladins two options. Give them what you're doing with Cleric and let them spec into all of these things, where it's like you can get a little bit of a heal or you can do more damage. The fact that you're getting lay on hands and then you're getting smites is like already pretty insane. So let's go through this because that's enough pretexting with everything that's going on here. Oh, let me just run through something really quick. Let me just go to let me just go to, I've got something that I wanted to show everybody. Oh God, hang on, this might take me a second. There's a video I made a while ago, and it's just going to illustrate my point. And remember this one? Remember this video? Whoa, hang on. Remember this video? Is this even showing up? Okay, let's see. I might just need to turn up the sound like all the way. But I have a bit in here that I'm going to bring up. Where is it? That's very difficult with paladins. In comparison to most classes, they have lots of options and abilities. Yeah. If you think about it, it makes sense. This is the only class that essentially swears away their life to an oath. That's very difficult to do, meaning their power is going to come quick. Just wait though. The paladin's power spike is on. This is just wrong. Whatever. I don't. Yeah, look at Bard on the bottom. Wizard definitely gets up there. Wizard can be super. I think Wizard levels out, but I don't think Paladin just dips like this. It's wild how absolutely strong. The other use Whispering. I know. Hang on. Give me a sec. Let me give you desktop audio. Hang on. There we go. To abandon their oath. If you're planning on playing a paladin, do two things. Is that better? Can you hear that? Okay, here we go. Where is it? There's a bit in here where I talk about divine smites or something. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, the extra damage is 2d8 for a first level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each spell slot higher than first, to a maximum of 5d8. The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is an undead or fiend, to a maximum of 6d8. This is the only ability that's super freaking powerful in my opinion. Not because it's a free action, Not because of the damage, and not because you get it at level 2. It's because it doesn't specify how many times you can do it. At level 2, as a paladin, you could walk up, swing with 2 short swords, and use smites on both, dealing a total of 4d8 plus 2d6 damage, an average of 32 damages. Their strength is an 18! But Jacob, it's only if you hit twice. Well, that's gonna happen because you can choose after the fact to apply the smite, meaning you could crit and decide, yeah, that one's getting smited, increasing the average damage to 42! I've tried to think of numerous ways to fix this overpowered bullshit, but really, I can't. This is a core mechanic. Yeah, it's a core mechanic. I don't want to nerf. I don't know. That's one thing I wanted to just bring up, which was that like the damage output on a smite has always been insane. And I was talking about this with Spencer one time, and she brought up a really good point, which is that this is a limited thing. Like, you can only do this like 2 spell slots, which is pretty crazy. So like, I totally get it. Like, this is a limited thing that you aren't always allowed to do. And doing a big explosive attack is extremely fun. And I hear all of that, but in my experience, I know the wizard can do the same thing. I know Fireball can do the same thing. I get it. But just like, I'm just going to go back to the experiences that we have. I don't know if our wizard players are just not on the brain level of a paladin. It may be some sort of play conditioning that's happening when you're sitting down and you're playing the class. But more often, that paladin is destroying everything in their path. Then when the wizard casts a fireball, I just honestly feel like it's not nearly as destructive. Because first of all, I can't crit. But it's not nearly as destructive as like a paladin walking up and doing like 1 billion damage in like a turn. And yeah, so I don't know. I think that there should be somewhat of a limit. I think it's my opinion that I think the rogue should be the one doing more consistent high damage, which, you know, I know doesn't use spell slots. Rogue can do sneak attack, and they can kind of do it endlessly, but you still have to have a condition in order to do that. You still have to like have advantage or have a sneak or be hiding, and the DM can negate that if they want to. Like as a DM, if I've got a rogue and the rogue's doing too much damage, I can do something in the combat and to either put them out of their sneak or surround them or attack them. And like, they aren't a tank. It's a rogue. Like, they have evasive maneuvers and they're quick, but like, you can take down a rogue. It's difficult to take down paladin. It's difficult to like negate smite. Like, you don't want to negate smite. Like, counter spell smite, you can't really do that. So you just kind of have to take the damage and give everything lots of health. So yeah, I want paladin to be able to do more damage. I want paladin to be able to have big explosive damage, but I think that what it currently is a bit much. So yeah, anyways, let's read it. So, design note, paladin updates. Here are the main updates to the class since its last playtest version. So did they do paladin beforehand? Was that in 5? This is important because then they're going to act like they like, oh, you've already read this. We already did it. No, I think we went through this already. Did we look at paladin is just in... They did paladin a while ago. In 4? Okay, well, we're just going to read this one then. Lay on hands is now a bonus action. Okay. I haven't read this, guys. I swear. I swear to God. All right. Spellcasting has 3 noteworthy changes. 1, spell preparation is no longer tied to your... Okay, they're doing this new spell prep thing, and you get weapon masteries. Weapon masteries are super cool. Love that stuff. We already went over them in the first one. Love that. Paladin Smite, formerly called Divine Smite. Oh, good. They changed the name. This is confusing. Now it gives you a list of Paladin exclusive Smite spells that you always have prepared. Interesting. So it's the same thing that they're doing with the wizard spellbook stuff where they're turning abilities into spells. So yeah, that's cool. We'll get more into that. Channel Divinity has a new rule in the multi-classing sidebar. Whoa. Okay. Cool. That's neat. Paladin subclass levels now match the level progression 2014 Paladin, or if protection has returned to 6th level, and the aura is inactive if you're incapacitated. What was it beforehand? Did they make it higher? Well, all right. And Abjure Foes now does nothing on a successful save. We just made it do nothing. And Aura of Courage has returned to 10th level. Radiant Strikes now work with melee weapons and unarmed strikes. Yeah! Fist Smite. One time we were playing Curse of Strahd, my sister was playing a Paladin, and this is also, I've talked about it before, the bit where she casted Magic Missile on... No, sorry. This, not Curse of Strahd. That was later. The previous game we played before that, we played a homebrew game, and she played a Paladin, and she lost her weapon, and she was like, can I bite and then smite? And I was like, yes. Yes, you can. I don't know if you actually can, but I was like, yes, you can. Bite Smite was the funniest thing ever. Restoring Touch is 14th level. Divine Conduit is 18th level. Okay. Well, let's get into it. First level Lay on Hands. Your Blessed Touch can heal wounds. You have a pool of healing power, which replenishes when you take a long rest. With that pool, you can restore up to a number of hit points equal to 5 times your Paladin level. As a bonus action, you can touch a creature, which could be yourself, and draw power from the pool of healing to restore a number of hit points to that creature. And you can spend 5 points to get rid of a condition, to remove the poison condition. Oh, just the poison condition. Was that the same in OG D&D? One disease. Yeah, okay. We did look at disease, though. They're kind of just roping disease into poison, which is fine. So, yeah, disease and poison, but they're making it all the same thing. Yeah, bonus action's crazy. Unless they made Smites a bonus action, this is dumb. It's okay. Lay on Hands is already extremely good because you can choose how much you heal and you get a giant pool like this. I love Lay on Hands. That's the issue. I love Lay on Hands. It's such a good ability. I don't want them to take it away. I like that. I'm currently playing a Paladin in Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It's a lot of fun. This class is super, super fun because I can decide, I can ration out my healing. That's so fun. I love that. There's so much possibility you get with Lay on Hands, but it's already really good. I know I'm gonna keep reading in just a second. I can't read it all, and yeah, whatever. It's bonus action. That's fine. Okay, we'll go into it. So spell casting. I don't know if this is much changed. It seems like they're kind of doing the same thing they're doing with everybody else. But it seems to be mostly the same thing. Can you prepare more? Do you get more spells or anything? Oh, you get spells at first level. That's really cool. I love that. The fact that you're getting spells at first level is awesome. I mean, yeah, it's giving the Paladin far more versatility than you would have had before, but I think that's fine. That's cool. You get a lot for being level 1 for Paladin, and I think that's fun. Swaggy, thanks for the 2. I just got here. What did I miss? We just started Paladin, and I just ranted for a while about what my thoughts are about Paladin, which is just, I think the class, I love the class, but I think it's too strong. Okay. And then Lay on Hands is a bonus action. So if another Paladin feature gets these spells, already severe, the spells don't cast no more cantrips. Oh, no more cantrips. Cantrips was Tasha's thing, though. Right? They removed them completely? Did I just miss that? That was like a Tasha's add-on that they gave it. I liked the way Tasha's did it, where it was like you could decide it to be one of your things, but you don't have to take it if you don't want to. Because Paladin never had cantrips, but they have that the optional class features from Tasha's, which was Blessed Warrior, where you could, instead of, it could be one of your fighting style options. So maybe they'll make one of the weapon things that, but I don't know. Yeah, I like the fighting style way the best. I think that if they kept that in some way, that would be cool, because that's like my favorite way to do it. Okay. Also, what did they change with multi-classing? Sorry, I just forgot about that. As a multi-class character, you have to have at least a 13 in strength and charisma. Where does it say that? Hello? Did I hallucinate that? I don't know. I thought they changed something with multi-classing. But whatever. Oh, it's old UA. Oh, you have to have in strength and charisma. Channel Divinity, if you have more than one class with Channel Divinity feature, classes used in the feature can be expended only on that classes. Interesting. So if you go into Paladin and Cleric, your Channel Divinity is tied to both. That's cool. Okay, Weapon Mastery. You get Weapon Mastery stuff, which is very cool. And you can change it after you finish Long Rest. Love that. That's super fun. Paladin Smite. You have mastered smiting your targets with divine energy. You always have certain spells ready when you reach a paladin level specified in the smite spells table. Okay. We gotta turn our whole brain on for this because I'm gonna misunderstand this. You have mastered smiting your targets with divine energy. You always have certain spells ready. So you have a certain amount of spells ready. When you reach a paladin level specified in the smite spells table, you thereafter always have them prepared. So instead of... Okay, I'll keep reading. In addition, you can cast one of your prepared spells from this feature without expending a spell slot, and you must finish a long rest before you use the benefit again. So, enormous change. There's a lot of things we gotta go through here. So number one, it's no longer... Thanks, NSA, for the $2... I don't love some class abilities becoming spells. Well, NSA, why don't you go spy on somebody else and go give them your class ability, spell, opinions, something, whatever. Common NSA L take. I know, I'm 8-brain. I'm going to explain it in just a second. We're going to explain it right now. Okay, so original Paladin, Divine Smite, I've memorized because of how much we've done it. When you hit, you can spend a spell slot to do a Divine Smite. It's not casting a spell, you're just spending a spell slot to do a smite. And then you got to add 2d6 to the damage. And then you could pick spells that were also smites. Now what you're getting instead is you are now, instead of doing that, you now just get spells that you always have prepared. And once per and you get a free spell cast per long rest. In addition, you can cast one of your prepared spells from this feature. This is so weird. So it's like you can use these with your spell slots, but you get a free one only with these spells per long rest, which is weird. 2d6? Is it 2d8? It's 2d8, huh? Yeah, well, maybe it should be 2d6. Anyways, that's what's changed. This is a little confusing. I know this is going to be confusing. I like it too, but we're going to get into it because I'm going to finish reading before I start having a billion opinions. It's confusing that it's like you get 2 spell slots, and you get 2 spells, but you also get 2 spells. So you get 4 spells, but these spells can be used with spell slots, but you get a free one. So you have 5. You have, you have 2. How many spell slots do you have? 2. You have 2 spell slots. You know, how many spells do you know? Hang on. Prepared. You can prepare a list of spells on the first level and higher that are available to you. You get 2. So you get 2. Oh, what? Does it just say that? Oh, sorry. Never mind. No, just I'm sorry. 8-brain. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. It's confusing. I'm sorry. I'm not overcomplicating this. I'm not. Look. You get 2 spells. You get to know 2 spells. Then Paladin Smite at second, actually not even. At first level, you get 2, and you get 2 slots. Then at second level, you get Paladin Smite. So you know 3 spells. And then you get to add these 2 spells. And now you still have 2 spell slots. But these 2 new spells you can cast with your spell slots, but you can also cast one for free, but not your other spells, only these spells. I understand that. I know a lot of you gamers understand that. Somebody new to D&D is going to be like, what? Excuse me? And you're going to have to explain that how many times? Okay. Anyways, we're going to keep moving on. Because they very much changed this, but I feel like we just gotta, these are spells now. Let's go actually find them. So at 2nd level, you get Divine Smite and Thunderous Smite. So like every paladin gets Thunderous Smite. That's interesting. Oh god, we gotta scroll past everything. Sorry. Spells. Here we go. What the? Where is it? I'm controlling F. Necroman Slayer. RIP my ability to be massive damage dealer. I dealt 300 damage to Tiamat as a paladin, and now it's gonna be a tough time to do that again. Camera died, by the way. Guys, who casted Darkness? The NSA got me. Yeah, give me a sec. Did I unplug it? What did I do? What happened? Hello? I think I unplugged it. Hang on. Yeah. I accidentally unplugged it with my foot. Sorry. Okay. Let's get back into this. Guys, this stream is jank. All right. I am no way a professional streamer. The fact that you guys are still watching this, I'm surprised. So thanks for hanging around with my horrible streaming tendencies. Okay. We're going to find Divine Smite. Divine Smite, 1st level evocation spell. Oh, look at that. It's a bonus action. That's a bonus action. That is pretty crazy. That's insane. This guy doxed himself. Has been British the whole time. Yeah, I'm actually in London, guys. It's not that the camera is on its default settings. And I never decided to put the time on it. Okay, Divine Smite, bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target with a melee weapon or unarmed strike. Self v instantaneous. Okay, so that's cool. So that's the part I was not cool for, which is like you have to do it preemptively. The fact that you can do it afterwards is neat, but we'll keep reading. As you hit the target, your strike glows with divine power. The target takes an extra 2d8 radiant damage from the attack. The damage increased by 1d8 if the target is a fiend or undead. And then when you cast out higher spell slots, you get a 1d8 added on, which is pretty normal. This is... This is fine, I think. See, I'm saying I think because I think I'm the only one that's going to think that in my friend group. All of my friends are going to hate this, and I really like this because I was afraid of them making... I saw in the chat, you guys were saying it was a bonus action. I was afraid of it being a bonus action because you would have to preemptively do it, and I think that sucks. But this is just limiting it to once per turn. And I think that is great. And can be counterspelled. We're really harping on counterspell. They haven't even put counterspell in the game yet. The camera died again? No, it didn't. It's fine. Is counterspell in this? No. Wait, well, it's listed, but that's it. Yeah, I think it's drafty. Thanks for the 10. Players got to get over the changes. It's understandable to have an attachment to something you've used over the past decade, but the game needs healthy changes. Don't like it, play the base 5e. Yeah, I mean, find the lie. That's it's very correct. Very yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Um, that's verbal component on it too. Oh, so you can silence can get rid of it as well. Um, yeah, I mean, okay, we can look at everything they're turning into spells and be like counterspell OP now. If that's true, if they start turning every single ability into a spell, which is what they're doing, counterspell does indeed become extremely powerful. In which, what I would do in my games is just probably remove counterspell. Because the second you, like, counterspell is already insanely powerful, and then if it's just like, now smites, now wizards stuff, everything that you do in the game is now a spell, it's effectively stun at that point. It's just taking away what you can do on your turn. I would mostly just remove it. Counterspell, you keep raising the power on counterspell. They got to make that spell like a 6th level spell or something. A 7th or 6th level spell, otherwise it's not in the game, because it's kind of a stinky spell, to be honest. I think silence is fine. I think silence is pretty cool. Don't give it to enemies then. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Making everything a spell is the Scent of 4th edition on it. I sort of, but I don't think they're just turning everything into similar abilities. I think they are, yeah. It is kind of weird they're turning like everything into spells. I don't hate it because I feel like it's going to have some... I like that they're grouping things into categories like this, because I know there's going to be ways that you're going to empower them or use them in easier ways to like understand within the game. Like how they did with the classes when they grouped them into small groups. It's going to be good for like homebrew and things like that. But I don't know. I don't hate that for Divine Smite. That also, I know you guys were all yelling about it with Lay on Hands, but I will go back to it and say that I think if they make I think if they're making the base Divine Smite a bonus action, making Lay on Hands a bonus action, that's fine. Well, okay, that's weird now, though. Actually, I don't know. So okay. Here's my thought. Here's my thought process. Let's get the full screen here. My thought process here is Paladin cool, but Paladin strong. And then Lay on Hands, they've made a bonus action. Well, now it's much better because Smite is basically free and you're not doing a lot for bonus action anyway, so it's turned it into really, really good. Now Divine Smite's a bonus action and you can only do one bonus action per turn. This actually makes Lay on Hands even worse because you can't use an action to do your bonus action, which I hate. I think that's a really stupid rule. I really think that you should be like, if something's a bonus action, it doesn't work within the system, but I really wish that you could just use an action to do a bonus action. But you can't do that. The rules is written, that's not how it's supposed to work. So now Lay on Hands is not even gone from like it was strong to super strong. It's now gone to like, this sucks. Because now you have to decide to not smite your entire turn to Lay on Hands. And I don't think it needs to go that far. That's too much of a nerf, in my opinion. I think you should be able to choose to do both. Which I think would be cool, because now if you, on your turn, you could attack with your action and bonus action smite, or, you know, do some, or you can, with your turn, use your bonus action to, well, okay, no, wait. Yeah, you can't do both before. No. Now, because you're not getting, like, something else to do with your bonus action. Beforehand, you had to either, because you have to attack still. I was completely forgetting that you have to attack. It's the same thing as before. It's fine. This is fine. This is great. Yep. It didn't change anything. All they did was make it so that smites are once per turn. That's good. I know how to play this game, guys, I swear. Oh man. Let's straighten out our minds a little bit. Let's and drink the rest of that coffee. We'll just get back in the headspace here a moment while my yeah, average Jacob moment is correct, Bird. Fellow ape brain. Yeah. How many of you how do the rest of you also think like me? If not, I'm so sorry that you have to witness this. Sci-Fry's Corner, thanks for the 2. I would pay to see verses from 3.5 to 5e to UA. A verses, like what, like the rules between them, like how they compare. That'd be pretty cool. Dad is tired. No, shush. Yeah, I like this a lot. There was a lot to go through to figure out how it was different to how it compared to the original, but I really wasn't real. I completely forgot that attacking and smiting, you have to use your action to attack, bonus action smite. It's just taking your bonus action. Because what were you doing with your bonus action beforehand? Does it ever specify what slot it casts at and when it casts for free, like anywhere? I think so. I think it's like a first level slot. I'm going to find Thunderous Smite real quick because I did want to read that. Also a bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target. So this is the cool thing, is they're doing this with all of them now. So now you don't have the good smite and then the other spell smites that are worse because they have to be premeditated smites, you know? Is that how they worked? Like, was that how? Because that's what I'm remembering. But I could just be entirely wrong. The first time you hit with a melee attack, yeah, so you have to cast it beforehand. It's still a bonus action, but it's like you have to it's a premeditated Thunderous Smite. Now they're making it that it's not. Now it's now you can just do it as soon as you hit. First degree smite, exactly. Yeah, not premeditated. It's a first degree smite slaughter, which is great. I love that. That's how it should be. The do it beforehand was stupid. As you hit the target, your strike rings out with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you, and the target takes an extra 2d6 thunder damage from the attack. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and have the prone condition. That's really cool. Was that the same? Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, that's super awesome. I'm going to find all the smites. Wrathful Smite, same thing. You get frightened and necrotic damage. That's cool. Thunderous Smite, yep. Staggering Smite, it's 4th level. But it's 46 psychic damage, and it's the same thing, which is super cool. Sickety Wicked, thanks for the 2. I would like a new sneak attack system for Smite. Sneak attack system? I think the Smite system is fine already. It was just really strong. No, Thunder Smite originally did prone. That's still the same. Damien, thanks for the 5. It seems like when you were reading Warlock that you didn't notice you didn't get to change your pact boon. Did you ever realize you still only get 1? No, I did. Maybe I didn't say that, but I did totally notice that, and I love that. I think it's very cool that you can change your pact boon. You do only get 1, but you can decide to do something different each day. Like, you can have a familiar one day or a book the next. That's so cool. I love that. Staggering Smite's mostly the same. Yeah, so far it looks like they're pretty much the same. Shining Smite! This one's new. Bonus action, obviously. I like that it's still concentration up to a minute. Like, you can do both. Wait. Hang on. No, you can't change it? Sorry, what? So you can't... Dad's tired. Okay. Is this the new one, or is this the old one? Can't change pact. Okay, we'll get to Warlock in a minute. I'm still in Paladin. Oh, Tatas. Thanks for the 2. Counterspell only on Primal, Divine, and Arcane. Those are all 3. Those are all 3 of them. I think it's only... Huh? I don't understand. Are you saying that it should only be on one of those? Or are you saying that it should only follow in suit? Or, I don't know. So hang on. I'm noticing something. Some of them have concentration. Okay, not all of them. Wrathful Smite just does. This is really cool. As you hit a creature, you strike channels Divine Wrath. Target takes an extra 1d6 damage from the attack, and it must succeed on a Wisdom save. So the Frighten lasts for a minute. The Shining Smite, this is the bright light. So, but it requires concentration. Sorry, this made me think that you could spend the spell slot, concentrate up to it for a minute, not spend further spell slots, and just keep getting smites every time you hit. That's what I thought that meant. It's to maintain the debuff. I get it now. As you hit the creature, your strike flares with Divine Light. The target hit by the strike takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage from the attack. The target has the invisible condition that... Oh, so... Yeah. That condition ends on it. In addition, until the spell ends, the target sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius. Attack rolls against that have advantage, and it can't benefit from the invisible condition. This was already a smite. I think they changed the name. Which one was this? Branding Smite? Oh, they changed it to Shining Smite? Yeah. Did Branding Smite used to do fire damage? It did radiant damage. Interesting. Staggering Smite is 4th level, same thing. As you hit a creature, your strike pierces both body and mind. The target can take takes an extra 46. Wisdom save or be stunned. Hang on. We're gonna find. Okay. Why? The original Staggering Smite is Wisdom save on a fail, disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, can't take reactions till the end of their next turn. That's fine. That's great. We love this. Stop giving out stuns. Stop. This is stupid. Why does it need to stun? Do not need to give the Paladin stun. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Until the end of your next turn? Ooh, it should be days. Exactly. It should be days. Ridiculous. Are there any more? So, what's also cool is that all the smites are verbal, which, you know, I know we're talking about counterspell a lot, but silence also. Silence is going to be the new counterspell because it like, just look at how much V is in here. Like, almost every spell has V, and you can't do V while you're in silence. And I think that's, to me, is more fun than counterspell. I would honestly just remove counterspell entirely in favor for silence, which is an area what would basically like almost dead magic. Like, it's almost anti-magic in a way where you can't cast spells, but some spells can still stay, you know? So it's like a mini anti-magic. I think that's fun. Damien, thanks for the 5. I'm ready for UA7 to let you stun with Bardic Inspiration. I know, that's what it's going to feel like, seriously. But silence is premeditated. I know. I think that's super fun. It's better than it being a reaction. Make a silence area that's going to be a no spell zone. That's great. That's super fun. I like that a lot. I also think Dispel Magic is fine. They can keep that one. But Counterspell, man, I just want to take my turn, and you get counterspelled, and now you can't. And that's meh. Searing Smite. As you hit your target, you deal 1d6 fire damage, ignites with magical fire at the start of his turns, takes 1d6. And you don't have to concentrate on this one, which is really cool. I love that. It's super fun. They just go on fire. I'm going back to bed. Thanks for the $4.99. I'm ready for UA8 to let Barbarian AoE stun when they rage. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Crawford, if you're listening, chat's got some great ideas. I'm super excited for when we get to rage and stun everybody in a 5-foot radius. You know what? When the wizard puts a spell in their spell book, one target creature within 30 feet becomes stunned. And then when the sorcerer, so we've got sorcerer, we got twin spell, we've got silent spell, then we've got stun spell, staggering spell. You could just put stun on a spell. New weapon mastery. So fighters, when they attack or anybody just attacks, they can just stun for free. The lance, it's got stun added onto it. We all just it's so and then we all sit down. We all sit down to play D&D. We play. We get into combat. Nobody can do anything. It's just waiting until stun is over, and we play. We just wait. Crazy. I really like all these smites. These are super cool. I'm gonna go back up to Paladin real fast. Parker Pal, thanks for the 2. What if to counterspell you had to know the spell? That doesn't fix it, but that's cool. That's a really cool way to run it. That's very interesting. I don't hate that. That's very, very cool. All right, let's look at the rest of Paladin. Thanks, Bird, for the 2. Bro, it's called Stungeons and Dragons. Stungeons. You guys are funny today. Okay, Joe Cat, by my boy, thank you for the 20. Thank you so much. Bless you, by the way. You sneezed in the chat. Appreciate it. Damien, thanks for the 2. Rangers get no stun. Who the fuck plays Ranger? Jeremy Crawford. Oh, man. Joe Cat, we're currently talking about Stungeons and Dragons because they keep putting stun in this game, and I hate it so much. But they made Paladin good. Paladin's so good now. Nobody tell him what they did to Paladin. It's fine. They made it better. It's good. We should all just widely accept and agree that Paladin's fine. Otatas, thanks for the 5. To clarify, my counterspell wouldn't work on class-only spells, just on some global spells and spells that came from them, like the Wizards modded ones. That'd be interesting. That's a cool way to run it. Pretty neat. So, all right, let's keep reading. We need to have reading comprehension. So they changed stun, and I like it. I think that's great. The only thing I don't like about it is I wish that you could choose, but they only give you 2. So I think just every paladin having Thunderous Smite, fine. I kind of wish there was like 3 and you got to pick 1. But, you know, this is fine too. I don't hate it. I just looked at the chat. It said, comprehend these nuts, and I really hate that. I think that's funny. All right, so you get a fighting style, which is defense, dueling, great weapon, fighting, and protection. Protection's awesome. I love that one so much. I'm glad they kept it. Where are they? Where did they put the fighting styles? Oh, well. Damien, thanks for the 2. Counter spell now stuns the caster. Interrupt. That'd be interesting. Got him. Yeah, comprehend these nuts. Yeah, got him. What'll I do now? Power word Ligma. Guys, in the new UA, they added a new subclass. It's the Candace subclass. Yeah, they're doing a promotion with Sea of Thieves, and it's also got Imagine Dragons getting on. They're doing like a little theme for it, from like League of Legends, like Arcane and stuff, and they're just doing a whole lot with that. And it's all going to be on this new website that they're using for D&D. It's called Segunda.com. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragon these nuts. Unearthed Arcana, more like unearth these nuts. Power word Segunda. We gotta move on. We have to move on. This is so dumb. All right. Paladin subclass at level 3. This is the stupidest thing ever, and I hate it. I already talked about it. I hate it so much. Oh, dude, Diagnosis Ninja, thanks for the 2. My favorite dwarf in The Hobbit is also Bofur. I love Bofur, the Hobbit. I mean, the dwarf. Man, what a great Hobbit. I mean, dwarf in The Hobbit. Love Bofur. He's so cool. Anyways, channel divinity. You can channel divine energy directly from the outer planes, using that channel to fuel magic effects. You start with one such effect, Divine Sense, which is described below. Other paladin features give additional channel divinity options. Each time you use this channel divinity, you choose which effect to create among the blah blah blah. You can use it twice, so you can do Divine Sense with it now, which is like you can. For the next 10 minutes, you can detect celestials, fiends, and undead until you are incapacitated. And you know the location of any creatures of those types within 60 feet of yourself, and you know its creature type within the same radius. You can also detect the presence, blah, 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 blah. Same thing. Oh, yes. John A. Boy, thanks for the 2. You forgot the Fromunda cheese. I did forget the Fromunda cheese. You guys are so funny. The Lich King Lickma, yeah. So, okay, Divine Sense isn't new, but it used to be, like, I thought it was, like, level 1 that you got that. Yeah, you got Divine Sense at level 1. And then your Channel Divinity was level, like... Where's the Channel Divinity? What? Hello? What? I'm going insane right now. I don't know what... Channel Divinity's at, like, level 8? I don't know. Do I know how to play this game? What is happening right now? Channel Divinity. When do you get this? It's at 2nd level, isn't it? Subclass. It was in the subclass? Oh, yes. You're right. Thank you. Yes. It is in the subclass. Yeah, because when you get a cool, everybody can do something different with their Channel Divinity at 3rd level. I get it. Yeah, I'm getting it confused with Cleric. So you get, so are they doing the same thing? No. Yes. So at 3rd level you get Channel Divinity. Same thing, but they've now put Divine Sense into Channel Divinity, which I think I think Divine Sense was just a once per day thing. Yep, you got to do it once plus your Charisma modifier, and then when you finish long rest, you gain all expended uses. Now, you have to use your Divine Sense for it. You have to use your Channel Divinity to do Divine Sense. Dad's tired. Otha these. Otha what? Anyways, that's interesting. I don't know if I like that Divine Sense is under that now. That's kind of, I feel like that's just going to get used way less, but whatever. We'll check out the Paladin subclasses and see what's going on there. How many do you get? I think you get more now. You get 2? How many did you get before? When you use your Channel Divinity, you use which option to use. You must then finish a short or long rest. Oh, so once. You just got it once. Dang. So now you get more. So, okay, then it's fine. The fact that you're getting more is all right. You gain additional uses when you reach certain Paladin levels. Okay, so instead of just getting 1, you're getting a lot. And you're getting 2 all the way up until 11th level, and then you get 3. Dang! They gave us so many! That's fine. I think that's cool. That's neat. You can also we'll see what they do with the subclasses and stuff, but looking at the idea of you being able to do more with like your subclass is pretty neat. So abilities current premium level 4, 5th level extra attack, and then 5th level you get Faithful Steed. Oh, that's cool. You can easily call the aid of an otherworldly steed. You always have the Find Steed spell prepared. You can also cast a spell once without expending a spell slot, and you regain the ability to do so when you finish long rest. So like Smites, you can cast it with a spell slot, but you get to do it once per long rest for free. Nice. I know Zephyr would love this. Dang. Calling it back to Sunder. Gosh dang. This is interesting. That all paladins get a horse. I don't know about this one. This is kind of weird. I'm going back to bed. Thanks for the $1.99. Do I know who built the round table, Jacob? Who did build the round table? No, I don't. Was it some knights? I'm not sure. Blyce Callies, thanks for the 5. After having watched you play this game for years now, I can answer your question. No, you don't know how to play it. Shut up. Shush, 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 shush. No. We're gonna move. We're just gonna find Steed. I know what I'm doing. I know what's going on. I find Steed. 7th level Conjuration spell, Paladin. I have to stop looking at chat. You gain the service of an otherworldly being. You gain the service of an otherworldly being. Fucking Gandalf and his getting Shadowfax, which manifests as a loyal steed in an unoccupied space of your choice within range. Creatures and otherworldly steed stat block. Yay! They just made a stat block. Thank you. Love that. The steed resembles. I'm not being sarcastic. I actually love this. The steed resembles a large rideable animal of your choice, such as a horse, a camel, a direwolf, or an elk. That's kind of cool, I guess. Whenever you cast the spell, choose the steed's creature type, Celestial, Fey, or Fiend, which determines certain traits of the stat block. Combat, the steed's an ally to you and your companions. In combat, it shares your initiative count, and it functions as a controlled mount while you ride it. If you have the incapacitated condition, the steed takes its turn immediately after yours and acts independently, focusing on protecting you. Cool. It disappears if it goes to 0 hit points, if you dismiss as a bonus action, or if you die. When it disappears, it leaves anything behind that it was wearing or carrying. If you cast a spell again, you decide whether you want to summon it or that disappeared or a different one. Cool, so you can change it. And then if you cast it with a higher level spell slot, it upgrades, which is detailed in the stat block, which is really cool. I think that's awesome. Oath of Ancients riding an elk. That's very, very cool. The Lord of all horses. Yeah. So armor class is 10 plus 1 per spell level. I like this stat block a lot. I want them to do this more with how you summon stuff. This is great. You get more hit points based on how much you use. It can fly if you do a 4th level spell slot or higher. It has telepathy between you and the steed. And then it has life bond. When you regain hit points from a spell of 1st level or higher, it regains the same number of hit points with you're within 5 feet of it. That's really cool. Actions: Otherworldly Slam. Melee spell attack. Your spell attack modifier to hit, reach 5 feet, does the spell's level of radiant damage, either Celestial for Radiant, Psychic for Fey, or Necrotic for Fiend. I like that they're including Fiend stuff. I like that they're including more of a darker Paladin, more of a... not necessarily like, oh, I'm a holy champion of the good. You can be, make your oath to a devil or something like that. I think that's really fun. I'm going back to bed. Thanks for the 199. Circumference. Circumference. I'm so angry that that I got him. They got me. Or a nightmare. Yeah, like a nightmare too is really cool. The steed can teleport along with its rider to an occupied space within your choice within 60 feet from itself. Okay. We should all ignore... Oh, this is Fey only! Guys, why can't the wild shape be like this? Why can't wild shape just be like this? This is so cool, and this could just be wild shape. Ugh. Fell Glare, Fiend only. The steed's eyes gleam with fiendish light as it targets one creature it can perceive up to 60 feet away. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. That's stupid. This is teleporting! And then the fiend one is they scared. And they just may not be. Because it's pass or fail system. And then Healing Touch. And then Healing from Celestial. Come on! Constantly getting gypped. Constantly getting freaking destroyed by everything I love. Ugh. Man. So, okay. What you get this at 5th level. And if you have a Fey, you can just teleport around, which is crazy. Healing Horse is cool. Teleporting Horse is cool. Frightened Horse is dumb. When do you get this? 5th level. And you get 1 for free, and you can do it again if you want. Yeah, Lay on Horse. I like the spell a lot. I don't like that they give it to all paladins. I don't know what kind of flavor they're going for with this. With being like, all paladins get a thing they ride on. I don't know. That's just meh to me. It's only meh to me because it is really weird to think about, okay, so I know this is gonna not be like every paladin character that everybody plays. But so like I'm playing a paladin in Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Her name's Tara. Her oath is Oath of Glory. And the way that I'm like flavoring it is that she isn't to like a god or a higher being or anything like that. It's like to herself. And so she's like anime pro tag. She has the power within her all along, and she's slowly starting to like uncover her power as we play the game. And the oath is she made like when she lost her friends. So she lost her friends to one of the hags that's in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and she's getting them back, which we've already done, but I'm gonna speak about it in past tense. And then it's like she doesn't know how to use her paladin abilities. She doesn't know that she can that like she basically is magical and has power. So the way I'm flavoring it is that she only smites when she like really believes it, when she really wants to smite is when it works. Or she only lays on hands if she cares about the person that she's laying on handsing, which was just like a story role play thing that I wanted to include within it. It's been a lot of fun, and I know not everybody's playing a paladin like this. Is fine. Cool. And it works. This is fine. This is great. It is really weird to think about Tara just having a horse or something. Like, I don't know. There was a point where we like found like an owl bear, and I thought that was fun, but I wasn't like, I'm not like the idea of like the Jeremy Crawford talks about this in the Unearthed Arcana. He talks about character fantasy, which I talked about in my 1D&D video. And the character fantasy that I have with my character does not include having a horse. Just don't use it. Guys, that's a whole ability that I'm just not going to use. I'd rather get a new spell of some kind, or get some new ability and have the option to choose Find Steed rather than get a 5th level ability and then just not use it. Now, God forbid you have a horse in a fantasy game. Just don't use it. Guys, this is taking away a whole ability from somebody that doesn't want to have a horse. I'm going to feel like less powerful. I'm just wasting this. Like, all right, I get 5th level and I get nothing. Sounds like a me problem. All right, everybody, if you have a paladin and you have an idea for them, better have an idea to the fact that they have a horse. Better throw a mount into that character fantasy idea, because at 5th level, you're going to be forced into it, or just don't use it, and this is an ability that you're never going to touch. That's not very fun to me. I don't like that the game's like, here, and it's like, I don't want this. I think a lot of people are going to homebrew this. I think a lot of people are going to look at getting a horse and go, I don't really want this. Can I just take a different spell? And I, the DM, will go, yes. I don't know why you would want a horse in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Like, it's kind of strange. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't fit, like, every single type of game. So, I don't know. Bird, thanks for the 2 extra Ators. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a mount or a horse. I know. I get it. I know you could just flavor it to be something else, but I don't know. They're throwing it into the flavor of the class. And that's the part I have the issue with. I hate horses. I just hate them. I just dislike horses. Now it's just more the idea that it's like just giving them like a companion of some kind. I think that's cool for some classes, but I think it could be a subclass thing. I think it could be an option. The fact that it's not an option is weird to me. It's like, all right, all paladins now are going to have a companion of some kind, which I don't know. I think that like fits in more line with like Ranger, but even with Ranger, it's a subclass. So I don't know. Damien, I would die by Oath of the Horse. How dare you? That could just be an oath. It could be a subclass. I don't know. Just kind of weird to me. She fed the horse once, now won't leave her alone. Yeah, I know there's lots of funny ways to describe it, but it's, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I know, it can be like a unicorn or something like that. I know there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. I don't hate the spell. I hate that all of them get it at 5th level. Yeah, whatever. I think that it's like it's like playing. It's like if they took I don't know. I can't think of a good example. There's lots of abilities they have given to the other classes that are like encompassing of who they are. Like Monk gets, Stunning Strike, and they're going to throw back. They're going to deflect missiles, things like that. Those are cool. And they're like cool options that all monks are going to have. This is just something completely different. Duran's Cat, thanks for the 20. Wanted to say that your POV, your DM has ADHD video was the big reason many, I'm just proving that right. Wanted to say that your POV, your DM has ADHD video was a big reason of many that helped me realize that I should get tested and diagnosed. It was really eye-opening, so thank you for making it. You're welcome. The same thing happened to me, which is kind of why I made the video. I kept watching funny videos about ADHD, being like, haha, that's me, wait. And then it made me realize, and my life has improved exponentially since I realized that, so you're welcome. But I'm glad you were able to figure that out. It's good to understand your brain. KPS Polis, thanks for the 2. Easy horse fix. 3 horses, 4, 10 horses, just more? Just even more horses? The ability is cool, guys. All right, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I'm just going to say the last I have to say about this, which is Fine Steed, great ability. Getting at 5th level, awesome. Spell, cool. Ability, great. Cast it once for free, love that. All paladins get this? That's the part I don't like. It should be an option. They should just be like, you get this or a horse. Like, 2 things. Anyways, Oath of the Horse Girl. Yeah. All right, 6th level Aura of Protection. You radiate a protective invisible aura that extends 10 feet from you in every direction, but that doesn't extend through total cover. Good specification. That's more me reading it, but was this always a thing? No. When you are a friendly creature within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw. The creature gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier, and you have to be conscious to grant the bonus. Now, it's still 10 feet, and you can't be behind total cover, so you have to be able to basically see or sense the paladin in some way. The aura is inactive while you're incapacitated. You and your allies in the aura gain a bonus to saving throws equal to your charisma modifier minimum bonus of +1. That's cool. Even if you have a +0, you still get +1. If another paladin is present... Oh, they're specifying if there's another paladin. Thank God. If another paladin is present, a creature can benefit only from 1 aura of protection at a time. The creature chooses which one when entering the auras. Thank you for specifying that. Thank God that that's how it is. Woohoo! Love that. All right, subclass feature. You get a subclass thing. Abjure Foes is 9th level. As a magic action, you can expend 1 use of your channel divinity to overwhelm your foes with divine awe. As you present your holy symbol or weapon, you can target a number of creatures equal to your charisma modifier, minimum of 1 creature that you can see within 60 feet of yourself. Okay. Each creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the dazed and frightened conditions for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. That's awesome. It's not stunned. It's dazed. Dazed and frightened? That's crazy. That's very cool. This is neat ability. This is definitely not a thing they have given to every... Yeah, 9th level original paladin's got nothing. They now moved Aura of Courage still at 10th level. So Aura of Courage, you and your allies are immune to the frightened condition while in your Aura of Protection. If a frightened ally enters the aura, the condition has no effect on them while they are there. So I think that's the exact same thing. Yeah. And then Radiant Strikes at 11th level. Dazed is super strong. Did they change it? When you're dazed, you can move or take 1 action on your turn, not both. You also can't take a bonus action or reaction. Dazed should be stunned. This is going to. if there is something in the game that says it stuns, in my games it will be dazed. Because I would actually change it even. I would make it so that you can move or action or bonus action or reaction. You can only take one. That's how I would do it. Just, it's way cooler. Anyways, Radiant Strikes. You are so suffused with divine might that your weapon strikes carry supernatural power with them. When you hit a target with an attack roll using a melee weapon or an unarmed strike, target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. I think that's mostly the same thing from original Paladin. No. Yes, it's exactly the same thing. Restoring touch at 14th level. When you use lay on hands on a creature, you can also remove blinded, charmed, dazed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, or stunned. I also think that is, yeah, cleansing touch, same thing. Oh no. Oh, it's you can use your action and one spell on yourself or one willing creature that you touch. It's a spell. I did not know that. In original 5e, it's a spell, and then it works with unarmed strikes explicitly now for Radiant Strikes. Yeah, that's great. Now it's it's like a bunch of conditions. That's cool. That's really neat. Did they take away being immune to poison and disease? I think they did. Good. No petrification, sad face. Well, that's fine. Petrification is cool, and being turned to stone should not be so easily undone. I think that's great. Thank God. I'm so glad they removed that. I really disliked that you were just immune to that. It makes more sense to give it to Monk, where it's, like, kind of unique. Well, no, they took it away from Monk, didn't they? Is Monk even resistant to poison? Is it nothing? What is it now? Deflect missiles, slow fall, extra attack, stunning strike, subclass feature evasion, self-restoration. You can remove, yeah, they did it to both. They made it so that you can just remove charmed, frightened, or poisoned, which is effectively disease. And then foregoing food and drink doesn't give you a level of exhaustion. And then with Paladin, you can do it with your, let's see. I went into the subclasses on accident, sorry. It's not until 14th level, and poisoned isn't... Oh, no. Never mind. Lay on hands at level 1 gets rid of poisoned, which they're turning into disease. So, I mean, they can't... No, it's still kind of there. You just have to use your lay on hands. You're not just immune to it. Yeah, well, they're roping... There was a sidebar that talked about how they're roping poison... The category disease, they're just putting into poison. So, this would also spend 5 to remove disease. So, it's not that you're immune anymore. You just have to spend your lay on hands to get rid of it, which I think is fine. And that's kind of it. Your Aura of Protection expands at 18th level to 30 feet. That's it. Let's check out subclasses. So, Breaking Your Oath now has a sidebar. A paladin tries to hold the highest standards of conduct, but even the most dedicated paladin is fallible. Sometimes the right path proves too demanding, and sometimes the heat of emotion causes a paladin to transgress their oath. Cool description. A paladin who has broken a vow typically seeks absolution from a priest or the same... Shut up about this faith or priest. Nah. The paladin might spend an all-night vigil and prayer as a sign of penitence or an undertake, a fast symbol, blah, stupid, just shut up. Dumb, hate that. If a paladin willfully violates their oath and shows no signs of repentance, the consequences might be more serious. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's great that they're describing that. I don't think it needs to be connected to faith. I just don't run it like that in my games. I think it can be connected to faith, but I think magic is crazy and strange, and I like to take more of a mystical approach to paladins, where it can be faith, it can be a god of some kind, it can be a powerful being, it can be like a demon, a devil, or or it can just be within yourself, or it can be an ideal, or it can be something like that. I think that yeah. Guys, what do you mean read it? The paladin might spend an all-night vigil in prayer as a sign of penitence, or undertake a fast or similar act of self-denial. After a rite of confession and forgiveness, the paladin starts fresh. Forgiveness? It's an oath. It's an ideal. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Yes. It's but they're still roping it into being like you have faith in some kind of god. They're united by oaths to stand against forces of annihilation, corruption, whether sworn by a god's altar, in a sacred glade before nature spirits and fey beings, or in a moment of desperation and grief with the dead as its only witness. A paladin's oath is a powerful bond. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's just weird that they're then like, now go pray. I know. What are you talking about the second half? A paladin who has a broken vow typically seeks absolution from a priest or of the same faith, or from another paladin of the same order. I gotta go find somebody who also made the same oath that I did, and then they gotta bless me for some reason. I don't know. That's just meh. That's just meh to me. And then this part is, if a paladin willfully violates their oath and shows no sign of repentance, the consequences might be more serious. At the DM's discretion, an impenitent paladin might be forced to take more appropriate subclass, or even abandon the class or adopt another one. Anyways, Oath of Devotion. The Oath of Devotion binds paladins to the loftiest ideals of justice and order. Indeed it does. Let's just get into design notes. Here are the main updates in the subclass since its last playtest version. Oath spells have a revised list of spells. Smite spells are replaced since they're now in Paladin Smite feature. Smite Protection has been moved to 15th level. In addition, it now works with all your Paladin Smite spells, and it covers half cover and your allies in the Aura Protection. Oh, that's what I'm noticing. Yeah. Oathbreaker. Interesting. Is Oathbreaker not a subclass? That's fine. Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Oathbreaker. I think the idea behind breaking your oath is cool. I think the fact that you can break your oath and either lose your subclass or it turns into something else is very cool. What I don't like is every paladin, no matter what their oath is, breaks their oath, and now suddenly they can make zombies. Huh? Like, that's cool if that's your setting. Like, if that's your D&D flavor setting, great. But the default? That's weird. I think it's more upsetting to see these blurbs is because Paladin gets easily typecast. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I think that encompasses everything that I feel, is that I think that giving all paladins horse, giving all paladins, you have to get absolution from a priest or another faith of some kind, is just like putting them in a box. Like, it's just like there, that's like you just put the paladin, you typecast the paladin, and then you get like weird stereotypes within the class. I like the reason why 5e is so great is because of how free it is within its abilities and descriptions. It does not take a lot from you to describe or flavor what something is. You can always reflavor stuff, but what I liked about base 5e is that it's built into it already. It's like, this ability is very vague. You can kind of make it whatever you want, and I think that that's cool. System, thanks for the $4.99. Horse ability is great in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Free trap disabler. Yeah, really. Anyways, Oath of Devotion. You get protection from evil and good, Shield of Faith, Aid, Zone of Truth, Beacon of Hope, all that cool stuff. Sacred Weapon. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your Channel Divinity to imbue one melee weapon that you are holding with positive energy. For 1 minute, you can add your Charisma modifier to the attack rolls you make with each weapon. Oh, this is crazy. Is this super different? No. Sacred Weapon Does you add your charisma modifier to the attack rolls of the weapon. It looks like it's mostly the same thing. But that's really cool because now you can do it one more time a day. That's neat. You can do it more often. You can do all of the stuff more often now because you can now do your Channel Divinity twice. So Aura of Devotion is 7th level, you get immune to Charm. 15th level Smite of Protection. Whoa. I think that's a thing already. Is that you get, no! Oh, this is crazy! Okay, so 15th level Smite of Protection. Your magical smites now radiate protective energy. Aura of Devotion. You and your allies are... Nope, never mind. I completely misread this. Dad's tired. I have no reading comprehension. Ignore everything I just said. You're immune to Charmed when you're in the thing. And 15th level, whenever you cast your smite spells, you and your allies in your Aura of Protection have half cover until the start of your next turn. Instead of protection from evil and good. That's so crazy. That's so cool. Man, everybody just gets a bonus to AC. That is awesome. Vox Ratio, thanks for the 20. I think prayer doesn't always need to be a god. It could be meditation or internal reflection, etc. Prayer is simply an invocation, a calling upon the universe and laws to honor their request. I agree with you, Vox. They should write that in here. that should be written there. Because I don't think everybody's going to think that way. And then 20th level, Holy Nimbus. Is that what this one? Yeah, it's Holy Nimbus in here as well. Cool. Hey! Spencer has entered the room. What's up?
She's been asking for you.
Oh, hi. Do you want to hang out for a minute? All right, it's baby time. Everybody say hi.
Maybe she pooped.
She did.
Oh.
Say I sharded.
Come here.
Say bye-bye.
Come here. Let's take
Say
your bed.
bye-bye.
Wait, I was just upstairs, dude.
I'm so sorry. Oh man, that was funny. Okay. Yeah, stinky. All right. I'm gonna keep going through these pretty quick because I wanna get to everything else. So Oath of Glory. I like that they're putting Oath of Glory in default now. I'm also noticing that. Oh, here are the tenets. This is what I kind of wanted to check out was tenets. Let's look. Honesty, courage, compassion, honor, duty. Honesty, courage, compassion, honor, duty. Don't lie or cheat. Let your word be honest. Never fear to act, though caution is wise. These are mostly the same thing. Be responsible for your actions. Be responsible for your actions. All right, cool. Oath of Glory. I freaking love this subclass. It is so cool. Inspiring Spite no longer requires a bonus action, and it now works with all the spells provided by the Paladin Smite feature. Neat. Peerless Athlete now lasts for an hour rather than 10 minutes. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love that. I only care about this because this is what I'm playing in Witchlight, like, right now. Like, I'm actively playing this class. An Aura of Alacrity now enhances Aura of Protection, which results in the features ranged before that. So now you get Guiding Bolt and Heroism, which I think you got beforehand. Enhanceability, Magic Weapon, Haste, Protection from Energy, Compulsion, Freedom of Movement, Commune, and Flame Strike. Flame Strike's neat. Jeez. Inspiring Smite. Immediately after you deal damage to a creature with any of your Paladin Smite spells, you can spend one of your Channel Divinity and distribute temporary hit points. I love this ability so much. It's so cool. Distribute temporary hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you, which can include you. The total number of temporary hit points is 2d8 plus your Paladin level, divided among the chosen creatures however you like. And now it doesn't take a bonus action because now Smites are a bonus action and you can just do this whenever you do it. And that's awesome. Okay, there's a lot of people in the chat who are like, what is this? This is the new Unearthed Arcana. The Unearthed Arcana is basically rules that they are playtesting and writing. They're basically beta rules for playtest rules for D&D and the new D&D books. So they've changed stuff and we're checking out what it is. And then Peerless Athlete now lasts for an hour. I love that. It being 10 minutes sucks. It makes me never want to use it. I love that it's an hour. The camera's fine. Beta rules. Ew, I only read Sigma rules. Yeah, sorry. We're reading the Sigma rules, guys. 15 level glorious defense. We're not gonna go through all of this. Living legend is cool and stuff, but all right, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna read through all of these. I cared about Oath of Glory, and that was kind of it. But let's just go through design notes. We'll go through those real fast. And we will look at them. So the tenets I think are pretty much the same. Though the exact words and strictures of the Oath of Glory vary, paladins of this oath share these tenets. I like that they write that. That's neat. Oh no, just kidding. Did they put that in the other one? Yeah, they vary. I like that they put that they vary. You don't have to have all of them. I think that's neat. You can work with your DM to make them different. Oh, the Ancients. Nature's Wrath can now restrain multiple creatures instead of the Paladin's choice within 15 feet of them. Instead of one, can now restrain multiple creatures of the Paladin's choice within 15 feet of them instead of one creature within 10 feet. That's awesome. Turn the Faithless has been replaced by Abjure foes in the base class. Whoa. Oh, so that was an Oath of the Ancients ability that they put into the base. That's neat. Aura of Warding now enhances the Paladin's Aura of Protection and provides resistance to necrotic and radiant damage. That's awesome. Undying Sentinel now also heals you. That's so cool. And Elder Champion is now a bonus action instead of an action. It benefits all your spells, not just Paladin spells. You can also regain the use of it by expending a 5th level spell slot. Very cool. And then Oath of Vengeance. I love this subclass so much. Oath spells now has Compelled Duel instead of Hunter's Mark. Perfect. I think that's much more fitting for Oath of Vengeance. Vow of Enmity now lets you move your vow to another creature if the previous creature was reduced to 0 hit points before the duration of the feature ends and the feature's range has increased. Nice. That's really great. Relentless Avenger can now reduce the target speed to 0. Whoa, that's crazy. It's like the Sentinel feat. Dang, that's awesome. So when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can reduce their speed to 0. That's crazy. That's crazy, especially if you have like a polearm or something. Something with reach. That's whack. Did it not used to do that? What was the original? This is Vengeance. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can move up to half your speed immediately after the attack as part of the same reaction. Yeah, I like this more. This is a bit much. That's stun. It's stun. Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. Like a lance? Yeah, guys, like a lance. If you have a lance and you have, this is why they nerfed the lance, because now you get speed 0. Basically, Dungeons and Dragons. Still get the other bonus. What other bonus? You still get both. They just made it good and their speed 0. That's silly. That's just Sentinel. It's not stun. It is if you have the one where you can do it on other people's turns, which is what this is. It's an opportunity attack. So POV, Paladin, guy runs away as a part of opportunity attack. You use your opportunity attack to make his speed 0. Now they're out of range from their melee attack and can do nothing. Turn ends. It's kind of silly. No, has shitless pants. Hi. Say hi. Whoa. Who's that? Is that you? Do you see yourself? Say hi, chat. You're sticking your tongue out, and she's looking at herself, sticking her tongue out. Say hi. Can you wave? Everybody in the chat is just screaming, baby. Baby. What if chat was her first word? That would be insane. Chat was not her first word. Her first word was hi. What is that?
She's trying to do.
Can you do that?
She tries. Can you say hi?
Say hi. You can wave. Good job. Can you give me a high five? Give me a high five. Who's that?
Say Marcy.
Can you say Marcy? Oh, push the mic. Who's that? Can you say Dede? No? No? All right. Huh.
Mercy.
Huh.
Can I have a high five?
Give Mama a high five. Good job. Yay. Yay. You're so cute.
You gonna come back
I
to
love you.
Come here.
Ugh. Has she picked her base class yet? No, not yet. She's still deciding.
Hobbit.
Yeah, Hobbit. Okay, we're gonna get back into this. So, I'm not sure. Probably like 30, 40 more minutes. We'll see. I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. I don't like this. The speed being 0 thing is a bit much. I thought this availability was already really great. Okay. And then restitution. Oh, no. That's a tenant. That's not a design note. That is a tenant. Abjure enemy has been replaced by Abjure foes in the base class. Avenging Angel now uses bonus action instead of an action, and its duration is now 10 minutes rather than an hour. You can also regain use of the use of it by expending a 5th level spell slot. That's super neat. Very big Zerial vibes with Oath of Vengeance. Love that stuff. Love me Zerial. Okay, done with Paladin. Let's give a quick conclusion to Paladin. I like all the changes so far. The only things I don't really like are that all Paladins get Faithful Steed. I think I'd rather this be like an option of something instead of it being just like just an ability that all Paladins get. I think doing something similar to what they did with Cleric, where you can pick like between like doing damage or healing, could do something same for here, because I don't think that they need to just rope all Paladins into having a horse. Or on the other hand, the player like me, what I would do if I was playing a Paladin within this and not cast the Faithful Steed with my character and then feel like I kind of got nothing from this ability at all, which is just kind of meh to me. Just eh. And then, or at least put more versatility within it. Like, I know they did a lot already. You can get Celestial Fae or creature, but having just like a companion of some kind is not something that I know everybody wants. So, meh. Just kind of putting the class in a box, in my opinion. But everything else I love. I like what I think the decision to put Lay on Hands into bonus action, contrasting with getting spells at level 1. And then the way that they're doing Paladin Smite with them being bonus actions, but they're doing it to all of them, so you have more of a variety within all of your smites. So you're not just doing the base Divine Smite all the time, is a great change. I think that is going to level out Paladin into not to being this explosively powerful class, and instead sort of put them into this still heroic, strong class that feels fun to play. You still get lots of versatility within your channel divinity, and especially with weapon mastery now, and with getting spells, like there's still so much you can do with this class, and by putting that smite just by like once per turn, I think that's great. I think that's a good change, and I'm excited to see what they do more with it, which is fun. All right, what they do to Ranger. Design notes, Ranger updates. I remember the first one that they did, so we'll just kind of run through this. I love what they did to Ranger. First Ranger iteration was awesome. This class seriously needed some help. It is not very strong. It's not the most fun to play. And what they did with the previous UA, I think, is very cool. Oh, Lord, I'm about to bust. Everyone brace. Deft Explorer replaces the expertise feature at first level. Deft Explorer includes one expertise choice. Okay, so they got rid of expertise, but you still get expertise, along with some terrain-oriented material, which playtesters requested. The feature now improves at 9th level. Cool. So they brought back the terrain thing. We will read that. I'm nervous, but we'll read it. Spellcasting has 3 noteworthy changes. Well, let's look at it right now. Let's look at Deft Explorer just real quick. You're an unsurpassed explorer. Choose one of your proficiencies in a skill that appears on the Ranger's skill list. You gain expertise in that skill. Love that. Love that they gave that to Ranger. I think that's perfect. In addition, choose 2 types of terrain. Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp, or the Underdark. You have advantage on intelligence nature checks about the chosen terrains, and you have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track creatures in them. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace one of the chosen terrains. Oh, that is so great. Oh, I love that. I love that. They brought it back, and they did it even better. The most annoying part about this was that you had to do campaign prep and go, hey, DM, are we going to be in the forest a lot? And then if you weren't in the forest a lot, it sucked. But if you were in the forest the whole time, then you were too good. Now, you can just change it. That's the best. Love that so much. Vox Ratio, thanks for the 20. Have to finish writing a Dwarven language for my campaign. That's crazy cool. And for some reason, today I can't do that and listen to awesomeness at the same time. Oh, sorry. You can't write a language and listen to this at the same time. Yeah, it's same, dude. But may post some of it to one of the Discords. Get some rest, Jacob. Take care. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. You can actually, yeah. Thanks, Fox Ratio. It's very cool. You should totally post that in one of the Discords. That'd be awesome. This is so cool. You actually get to use this ranger ability. Nature checks about the terrains and advantage on the survival checks to track creatures. Oh, love it. It's so good. That's such a good change. Okay, spellcasting has 3 noteworthy changes. 1, spell preparation is no longer tied to the level of your spell slots. Whoa. And the ranger can change, I'm saying whoa because they did that to everybody. The ranger can now change 1 prepared spell upon finishing a long rest. Cool, they can change 1. Thank God. And cantrips are no longer included. The ranger instead gets weapon mastery at 1st level. Interesting. So they took away cantrips for rangers to instead do weapon mastery. I think I'm down with that. I think I enjoy that change. I did like the cantrips, but I think this is better. I think the weapon masteries are so cool, and I think it really fits within the flavor of being a ranger. That's perfect. I think that is a welcome change. Favored enemy has moved to 2nd level, and it no longer removes concentration from Hunter's Mark, which was overpowered in playtests. Good, I'm glad. Glad they figured that out. The feature instead now allows you to cast the spell a number of times without expending a spell slot. Cool. That's great. I like that a lot. Ranger subclass levels now match the level progression in 2014 Ranger. Conjure Barrage is a new 9th level feature, so they just gave Conjure Barrage to like all Rangers. That's interesting. We'll check it out. Nature's Veil no longer uses spell slots and has moved to 14th level. Okay. Tireless now gives temporary hit points as an action, as in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Ooh, awesome. I love the Tireless ability, and they probably made it better, which is great. And then Conjure Volley is a new 17th level feature. Feral Senses returned to 18th level, and Foe Slayer is an improved version of the 2014 feature. It's returned to 20th level, replacing the Epic Boon. Suck my balls. Thanks for the $2. Now Rangers can't trip. But, ha 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 ha. Let's check out, I just wanted to read a few things here. Interesting that they made some of these changes. I would love to know why for some of them. I like that they write why for, like, the favorite enemy. Like, this is overpowered. That's why we changed it. And then it's like, and then I get that they did weapon mastery, because weapon mastery is a new thing. This one I get. Playtesters requested it. Then it's like, this is not, we added Conjure Barrage. It's just like, here, just have that, just to try it. It's kind of just what it is. It's probably just them being like, here, try this. Let's see what this does. And we'll play around with it and see what kind of stuff you guys get up to with it. Let's see. I want to see Conjure Barrage. Channeling Nature's Might, you can cast Conjure Barrage. So all of them now just have Conjure Barrage. I spelled that wrong so many times. Nobody clipped that. I spelled that wrong like 4 times. Oh my God. It's a day. So OG Conjure Barrage. I don't know if they changed it, but we'll check it out. It's an action, self, 60-foot radius. It requires a material component, which is 1 piece of ammunition or a thrown weapon. I have a bone to pick with this spell, but I'll say afterwards. You throw a non-magical weapon or fire a piece of non-magical ammunition into the air to create a cone of identical weapons that shoot forward and then disappear. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 3d8 damage on a failed save or halves as much as a successful one. The damage type is the same of that as the weapon or the ammunition used as the component. Cool. What is the new one? It's an action, 60-foot cone. You need a melee or ranged weapon worth at least a copper piece. Were people picking up pebbles? You brandish the weapon used to cast the spell and conjure similar spectral weapons or ammunition appropriate to the weapon that shoot forward and then disappear. Each creature of your choice that you can see in a 60-foot cone must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 5d8 force damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. So they upped the damage. That's awesome. So my bone to pick with this spell, first of all, was that the damage sucked. And that not only does it suck, but it sucks to cast this. Every time I've seen Conjure Barrage casted, the weird thing that we always try to figure out with it is like, what if it hits like a one creature? Like the whole barrage, like it's a big barrage that we're assuming is like hitting a bunch of creatures in an area. But what if you like one Tarrasque or one dragon takes the whole thing? I would think that they would take more damage because they're taking the entire spell, right? Like that would just make more sense. I would love like a ruling with that. Like where if the creature's really big and takes up the entire area, it's 10d8 force damage or something like that. Because that would just be really neat and super cool. But I don't know. That would just be fun. That's my only thing with the spell. I like that they up the damage though. I think that's really fun. Surely they should apply that to every AoE then. No, not every AoE. Some AoEs don't work like that. Some AoEs are just like, if you're standing in the fire, you take the fire damage. It's not that you're just taking more of the fire. But there are some that are like creating a bunch of things in... You could say that for any AoE. No, it's not every AoE. It also doesn't hit allies. That's cool. Some AoEs don't necessarily do that. Some AoEs, yeah, have like a bunch of projectiles in them that are like flying around it at like Sleet Storm or I guess maybe Fireball. But like an AoE such as Sleep or an AoE such as Hypnotic Pattern or an AoE such as Hypnotic Pattern sucks. An AoE such as how about Cone of Cold then? Okay, what I'm getting... So the way I'm imagining it in my head is it's like, if you cast a fireball, the fire is burning at a certain intensity at that everybody in the area takes the damage of. So whether you're big or small, the heat intensity is still the same. But Hypnotic Pattern... Okay, hang on. The intensity around the flame is that. But if you have a cone of ammunition that is all flying in one direction, like a bunch of little things, all like a dragon can take a dragon taking a bunch of acid in all of one spot compared to somebody else might be around the same thing because that's like their hit point differentiation. But a dragon taking a bunch of daggers that all do maybe a one type of damage and it's going all over them, it would do the same damage to somebody else who is smaller. Just more surface area. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to explain it anymore. We're arguing physics. I think it makes sense. It works. It makes sense in my brain. So that means it has to make sense in everybody's brain. I'm going to back to bag. Thanks for the $4.99. How about every turn you channel Conjure Barrage? The cone gets smaller, but the damage gets bigger until the max makes it line of daggers. That'd be so cool. I love that. That's awesome. Anyways, no, I don't need sleep. I'm fine. That made perfect sense. I know how to speak English. You guys all understand. And we just keep moving on. Yeah, it's fine. A tiny takes the same as a gargantuan. It's fine. No. I think we all understand. I don't think we need to over-explain it. I explained it, and it works. Dad is tired. Exposure versus impact. Exactly. That makes sense. Assuming that you agree with me. Okay. So all rangers get Conjure Barrage. That's fine. That's okay. Because all rangers are probably attacking with and it can be any kind of weapon. It doesn't just have to be a ranged weapon. It can be any weapon that you've got, and that's different than just getting a horse. So, read Hunter's Mark. All right, I'll read Hunter's Mark. You can Conjure Barrage with the lance. Yeah, that's pretty great. Hunter's Mark. Now, bonus action, 90 feet. The concentration up to an hour. You choose one creature you can see within range and magically mark it as your quarry until the spell ends. You deal an extra 1d6 force damage to the target the first time you hit it with an attack roll on any turn. You also have advantage on any wisdom perception checks you make to find it. That's cool. So you don't just know its location. You just have advantage, which I think is probably better. This spell's whack. If the target drops 0 hit points, you can move it. And if you upcast it, the concentration turns to 8 hours and it's 2d6 instead. And then it goes up to 24 hours on a higher level slot and 3d6 damage. You can Conjure Barrage with a club and just throw a bunch of sticks at somebody. That's great. Hunter's Mark is underwhelming now. I think it was pretty whelming. I think it whelmed. I think it was, I wouldn't call it overwhelming, but it was pretty whelming. Reminds me of Hela from Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, exactly. So now you can't just do it all the time because they said that was overpowered. Now you can just do it a bunch of times. All right. Keep going through this. Nature's Veil no longer uses spell slots. I wanted to reread that one. Nature's Veil. You invoke spirits of nature to magically hide yourself from view. As a bonus action, you can give yourself the invisible condition until the end of your next turn. I love that ability. It's very cool. And now you can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, which is pretty sick. So, yeah, overall, I think this is fine. I think they're testing some things out and they've just listened to feedback. I mean, Ranger, they still made it very good. All of the stuff that they've added. The biggest thing is the weapon mastery. I think that's awesome. I like that you get Conjure Barrage. I think they're just going to test that out and see how that works. They've given them to all Rangers and increased their damage, so just giving some more versatility and damage to Ranger, I think, is definitely welcomed. And then, what's Conjure Volley? That's the last thing I wanted to read. Propelled by Primal Spirits, you can cast Conjure Volley. Oh, so you just, that's it. You just get Conjure Volley. You brandish a weapon, point within range. It's just like Conjure Barrage. Each creature that you can see except it's a fall in a volley from above in the Disappear. So instead of it being out, it's from a point down, which is pretty cool. Very Diablo. Each creature of your choice that you can see in a 40-foot radius, 20-foot high cylinder centered on a point, makes a dex save. Creature takes 8d8 force damage. I think it's basically the same thing. It's a 60-foot cone. It's a 40-foot cone. They made it smaller. 40-foot radius, 20-foot high cylinder. It is now a 60... Hello? No? Sorry? No, it's the exact same thing. Yeah. No, it does 8d8 force damage. Old one does 8d8 force damage as well. It's 40-foot high, 20-foot cylinder. Yeah, it's the same thing. I just gave it a little bit more specifications with that, like, one copper piece thing. Okay. Let's go to Rogue. Which I don't know if they did a whole lot to. So the way I felt about Rogue previously was like, yeah, I like the stuff they did to it. Seems fine. Whatever. I didn't feel too strongly about Rogue. I think Rogue's just a good, fun class. I like it a lot. Sneak attack is no longer required to be used on your turn with the attack action. Huh? Sorry? Sneak attack is no longer required to be used on your turn with the attack. What? What did they do to sneak attack? Rogue got buffed. It's gooder now. I'm going to read sneak attack. You know how to turn a subtle attack into a deadly one. Once per turn. They specified once per turn. You can deal extra damage to one creature you hit with an attack roll if you're attacking with a finesse or ranged weapon, and if at least you meet one of the following requirements. Oh, so you have to have advantage or an ally adjacent. It's the same as the PHB. So it used to be a reaction. So in the past, they in expert UA it used to be a reaction. Now they just made it just a once per turn thing. Interesting. So now you can do it with opportunity attacks again. That's what it seems like you can do. It used to be on your turn only ability. Okay, great. That's fun. That's fine. That's fantastic. Yay, they get weapon mastery. That's awesome. Rogue subclass levels now match the level progression, blah, blah, blah. Steady aim is new third level feature imported from Todger's Culture to everything. This edition was requested by many playtesters. Yeah, steady aim is awesome. I'm glad they have imported it because it is a very cool ability, and I like that they are going to put it in the base class because steady aim is very cool. Cunning Strikes is a new 5th level feature giving tactical options sneak attack. Shuriken Sean, thanks for the 10. This rogue is awesome, but it's weird they lost hand crossbows. Might be an oversight, but think hand crossbows are iconic for rogues. Yeah, what the heck? That better be an oversight. Hand crossbows are great. That's a classic rogue ability. Give them back the hand crossbows. That's weird. I didn't read the Ranger subclasses. Yeah, I know. All right. After Rogue, we'll go to Ranger subclasses. I did completely forget about that. Cunning Strikes is a new 5th level feature giving tactical option to sneak attack. Ooh! You have developed cunning ways to use your sneak attack. When you deal sneak attack damage, you can add one of the following Cunning Strike effects. The effect has a die... Whoa! What is happening? This is cool! Each effect has a die cost, which is the number of sneak attack damage dice you must forego to add the effect. You can remove the die before rolling, and the effect of... So when you do a sneak attack, you can get rid of dice to add an effect instead. You remove the die before rolling, and the effect occurs immediately after the attack's damage is dealt. For example, if you had the poison effect, what? Remove 1d6 with the sneak attack's damage before rolling. If a Cunning Strike effect requires a saving throw, Whoa! Disarm. Cost 1d6. The target must succeed on dexterity saving throw and drops one item of your choice that it's holding. This is so cool! Poison. Cost 1d6. You add a toxin to your strike, forcing the target to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target has a poison condition for 1 minute. At the end of each of its turns, the poison target can repeat the save. To use this effect, you must have a poisoner's kit on your person. Trip! If the target is large or smaller, it has to save a dex save or trip. Withdraw. Immediately after the attack, you move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. This is so cool! Oh my god! This is the most exciting thing in this with the weapon stuff, this combined with the weapon mastery things, oh my god, please Wizards, do not remove this. This is so cool! This is everything I've wanted. This is Rogue was already an awesome class. This is gonna shoot it up to like my favorite class. This is awesome. Wow. Expertise has returned to 6th level. Evasion has returned to 7th level. Oh. Reliable talent has moved from 11th level to 7th level? They put reliable talent at 7th level? Yeah, evasion and reliable you have refined your talents until they approach perfection whenever you can treat the d20 roll of a 9 or lower as a 10. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so great. Subtle Strikes has been removed because of the addition of steady aim. Cool. Improved Cunning Strike is a new 11th level. Wait. It gets better? It gets better? You can use up to 2. Oh, okay. I thought there were going to be more. You can use up to 2 Cunning Strike effects when you deal the sneak attack damage, paying the die cost for each effect. That's so awesome. I kind of wish that's 11th level. Man. I was going to say, I wish this was lower level so that you could do more of those more often, but because now you can sneak attack more often, they removed that restriction. Now you will be able to do it more often, so this is just improving off of that. Oh my god. And then Subtle Strikes, Improved Cunning Strike, Devious Strikes, a new 14th level creature which is built on Cunning Strike. Y'all better stop. This is so cool. Devious Strikes. You've practiced new ways to use your sneak attack deviously. Ooh. The following effects are used among your Cunning Strike options. Daze cost 2d6. Cost 2d6. The target must succeed a con save or it becomes dazed. Guys, I can't. This is so cool. This is so cool. There is the only thing I disliked about Rogue was that there's basically one thing you do on your turn. It is do damage. And not only did they make it so that you can do that more often, they put it back to how it used to be. But they made it so you can do other things while you're doing. You don't have to. No, I'm not going to do sneak attack now. I'm now going to do something else. Now you can do sneak attack still, but decide to do something else with it. And it's not stun. It's dazed. It's perfect. It's great. I love it so much. It should not be stunned. Shut up. It's not stunned. It's fucking discombobulate. It's great. Oh God, please put the dazed. Just replace it. Just dazed is great. I love the dazed condition. Knock out. The target must succeed a con save or it becomes unconscious for a minute or until it takes any damage. The unconscious target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending itself on a success. Whoa. That's crazy. Mechanically, what is dazed? Dazed is you can't take bonus actions or reactions, and on your turn, you can only take a move or an action. So it's like a mini version of stun. It's a better way to do stun, because it's not that you can't do anything on your turn, you're just limited on what you can do on your turn. 6d6 for this. Yeah, you basically do no damage to knock them unconscious. I don't know about that one. This is why this is playtest. When do you get 6d6? 11. Okay, so at 11th levels when you can do that. That's insane. I think that this one's a bit much. Yeah, press Y to sneak strike. Because I mean, when I say stun, I mean like remove from game. You can't take your turn, and that's kind of what this is. I know it's a 14th level feature. This is super, super strong. I really wish this day's one was lower. So yeah, maybe for 14th level, this is fine. It's just really, this is insane. So definitely need some play testing. If it goes through play testing and it doesn't feel like it's overpowered or crazy, then, I think that's fine. Yeah, you can do it by 11th level, but it's not available until 14th. I got it. Cost 66, which you get at 11th. This is insane. I'd like to know how that goes through playtesting, because I want this to be like fun and cool, but I just feel like on paper it's going to be really strong. So I don't know. Obscure costs 3d6. You strike near the target's eyes. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or it has the blinded condition until the end of its next turn. Just make more of these. Just really, they're playtesting it. I want like 10. They've got 4. Give me 10 of these. So much fun. Yeah, pocket sand. It's exactly what it is. Blind them. I would love that to be at just a lower level thing. This just provides so much versatility within Rogue. I can see there being a lot of homebrew options for this if they only do these ones. I can see your subclass adding some. Adding some options for these. Oh, they did. They fucking did that with Swashbuckler. You get Goad, which costs 1d6, so the target must succeed a Wisdom save, and there's Awe. Yeah, or they have disadvantage on their attack rolls, and they can't make opportunity attacks. And then Awe, which is 3d6. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Have the charm condition till the end of your next turn. And did they do the same thing to... Yep, they did it to freaking Thief, too. Stealth attack. If you costs 1d6 at 9th level. If you have the hide actions invisible condition, this attack doesn't end that condition on you. If you end the turn behind 3/4 cover, total cover. That's so cool. More. Give me more, please. This is so awesome. I love this. Let's just read the design notes very quickly. Shirk and Sean, thanks for the 5. I want a Cunning Strike where you make a trap that does your sneak attack based on a dex save. That's cool. See, there's so many options. There's so many options. It's so cool. So many things you can do with this. Yeah, staying hidden with this stealth attack thing is so awesome. Because you're doing this when you hit. So you're hitting and you stay invisible. Man, that is wild. That is so crazy. This goes so hard. They freaking Giga Chad popped off on this. This is definitely one of my favorite things they've ever done. Next to buffing up Bard and Monk like they did. Anyways, here are some of the updates in the subclass since the 2014 Player's Handbook for Assassin. Oh wait, sorry. Actually, we need to go through all the other stuff with Rogue. So Stroke of Luck has returned to 20th level. That's cool. Stroke of Luck is, if you fail, you can decide not to. You can decide to instead. I will always remember Stroke of Luck just from the end of the How to Play Rogue video. You can treat the roll as a 20. This is why rogues are whatever I say, and I run around in our apartment parking lot. Anyways, let's look at subclasses. Assassinate now gives you advantage on initiative rolls, and the damage of the feature no longer requires the target to be surprised. That is so cool! That's so awesome! Yes! Oh. During the first round of each combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. If your sneak attack hits any target during that round, the target takes extra damage to the weapons type equal to your rogue level. Dude! You have advantage on an attack roll against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. If your sneak attack hits any target during that round, the target takes extra damage of the weapons type equal to your rogue level. Holy crap. Holy crap, guys. Infiltration Expertise combines Infiltration Expertise and Imposter from the 2014 version of the subclass. You are an expert at posing as someone else to aid your infiltrations while in a disguise created using your disguise kit. You have advantage on any charisma deception check you make while pretending to be someone else. You can also unerringly mimic another person's speech, handwriting, or both if you have spent at least 1 hour studying each one. So cool. I just rope it all into one. Very nice. Love that. Yeah. Freaking Among Us reference. In Venom Weapons, when you take the poison option of your Cunning Strike, the target also takes 2d6 poison damage whenever it fails the saving throw. This damage ignores resistance to poison damage. D&D fun. D&D good. D&D fun times. I did forget about Ranger subclasses. We're going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I promise we're going to get to it. Oh my god. I'm enjoying Rogue. I'm a Rogue enjoyer. This is so cool. Death Strike no longer requires the target to be surprised. It instead relies on your sneak attack. When you hit with your sneak attack on a first round of combat, the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, DC 8 plus your Dexterity modifier plus your Proficiency bonus, so the attack's damage is doubled against the target. Who decided to do all this? Who in the D&D design team was like, here's some ideas I have for Rogue, because man, this is great. Swashbuckler. The most powerful, this is the Rogue Breaker. This is the thing that makes rogues super good all the time. So let's see what they have done. Panache has been redesigned. Yep, we read that. Dashing Strikes replaces Elegant Maneuver. And Master Duelist is redesigned. Okay, let's just read through it. You've learned how to land a strike and then slip away without reprisal. If you make a melee attack against a creature during your turn, that creature can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of the turn. Honestly, don't really remember Swashbuckler, so let's see what that changes. Oh, excuse me. Starting at third, yeah, so this would be at third level. This is Fancy Footwork. If you make a melee attack against a creature, you can't make opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn. Yeah, same thing. So Fancy Footwork is the same thing. Rakish Audacity. I don't think this is any different. When you roll initiative, you get a bonus equal to your charisma score. You also get additional way to use your sneak attack, which I think is the same thing. You don't need advantage on the attack roll to use your sneak attack against a creature that you are within 5 feet of. No other creature. If you are within 5 feet of it, no other creatures are within 5 feet of you, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. All the other rules apply. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy way to play rogue, but it's fine. Panache, you have practiced new ways to use your sneak attack. We've got Goad and we've got Awe, which we already read. These are so awesome. OG Panache was like, make a persuasion check and test it by insight, and then you disadvantage and you tell them off or something like that. Now you just get the option to do it with some sneak attack dice, and so cool. It's still wisdom save instead of the insight check, but I like that. I love how this works. This is very cool. And then dashing strikes, you get, I didn't even see these. You have practiced new ways to use your sneak attack. So you can roll a d6. So parrying stance, roll a d6. At the start of your next turn, you get a bonus to your AC equal to the number rolled. Very cool. Man, that's cool. That's reminding me of Swords Bard. I love that a lot. That's very cool. Invigorate. Choose a creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself until the end of that creature's next turn. Whenever it makes an attack roll or saving throw, it can add a d6 to the number. Man, that's awesome. That's so cool. You hit, you do 2d6 less damage, and you give a d6 to your friend. So getting a little into Bard here. Just a little bit of a toe in Bard, which I think is awesome. Very, very cool. Arcane Trickster. Did I skip it? I did skip. I totally skipped Arcane Trickster. Oh my god. Holy crap. Completely went over it. Okay. So what have they done? So they now use the Arcane spell list rather than the wizard list. Oh, and there's no School of Magic restriction after third level. So there is before third level. Moreover, the rogue can now change one cantrip when they gain a level. Nice. And the rogue can use an arcane focus. Versatile Trickster has been redesigned to allow you to use certain options from your Cunning Strike with your mage hand. Whoa, there's a lot of text. So, yeah, spell casting. Cool. So now you mage hand, 2 other cantrips. You can use your mage hand in cool ways. Whenever you gain a level, you can replace one of your cantrips except mage hand. What I remember from Arcane Trickster is that you can do cool stuff with mage hand. And then you get your table here, you're basically half caster, and change your prepared spells whenever you gain a level, and you can also change a cantrip, use intelligence, and you can prepare a list of spells first level and higher that are available to you within this feature. So when you are first and second level, you still have to do enchantment and illusion, and then you don't get the restriction at higher levels. That's neat. Is that what it is? Yeah. So there's just no, you don't have to, the School of Magic restrictions after that. I always thought that one was weird, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, Mage Hand Ledgerman, it's invisible, and you can use a bonus action. You can use it to do Sleight of Hand at Thieves tools, same thing. Looks like it's mostly the same thing, which is fine. Arcane Trickster was fine. Thief. I know that they changed Thief, but it looks like they've done a lot more to Thief. Fast Hands now lets you take the use an object action instead of the search action. It also lets you take the magic action to activate a magic item. Very cool. So you can use magic. Wait. Whoa. You can, as a thief at third level, use magic items as a bonus action. Bonus action health potions. One fireball is a bonus. This is crazy. Or a scroll. Oh my god. This is crazy. Holy crap. This is wild. That is so cool. I really like that. That is really fun. It really entices the thief to, thief and have magic items. Man, that's cool. Oh, this subclass is going to be so much fun. Holy crap. Anyways, did they add something to... So everybody's saying that they added something to Arcane Trickster. The Versatile Trickster thing. You gain the ability to distract targets with your mage hand when you use the disarm or trip options with your Cunning Strike. You can also target the option at a creature within 5 feet of the spectral hand. Very cool. That's so awesome. They're still playing off of the other abilities, which is great. I would love some of these, though, in here. But I guess that's your spells, so whatever. But that's fine. Man. Thief. Third level, second story work. You have, never mind. Second story work now lets you move along ceilings without an ability check, and it causes you to use your dexterity, not strength, for jumping. Oh my god, you just get a climb speed, and you can move on ceilings! That's so cool! Oh my god! This is awesome! This subclass is cool! I want to play this subclass. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man! Yeah, really, that's... Yeah. Spooter Rogue. Oh, man, this is so awesome. I do feel bad for Monk reading this, though. Why? Don't feel bad. I think it's cool that some of the classes dip into other things like this. You know, you're not getting everything a Monk has. Like, Monk does have the climb speed and the running across water and stuff, but it's because they have a maneuverability. You know, they have the ability to get from one place to the other really fast. The cool part about a thief is now you have options on where you can be in a combat or in a room. You can sneak around up on the ceiling and stuff, and that's a lot of fun. I really, really, really like that. Jumper. Your jump distance is determined by your dexterity rather than your strength. That's so awesome. Stealth attack, we read that. Very cool. And then use magic device. Did they change that? I don't think they did. But, and then I guess they added Thief's Reflexes. What's Thief's Reflexes? You're adept to laying ambushes and quickly escaping danger. You can take 2 turns during the first round of any combat. Yeah, this is from the OG Player's Handbook, which is cool. You take your first turn as a normal initiative, and then your second turn at initiative -10. Man, that's cool. Yeah, this is awesome. This is so cool. So cool. I love all the changes they did. The only thing I'm a little wary about is Knockout. But other than that, I love everything they did with Rogue. This is very, very cool. Yeah, so if you want to be Spider-Man, you can play a Thief Rogue, I guess. All right, let's go through Ranger subclasses, and then we're probably going to get out of here, be done. But Design Note, Ranger updates, Primal Companions returns from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which was well received. Sure was. Exceptional Training now allows you to command your beast to use bonus action to take the dash, disengage, dodge, or help action, and the beast's attacks ignore damage resistance. Bestial Fury allows you to use your benefit from your Hunter's Mark spell. Cool. So it looks like they've done Primal Companion, which I really like. You get these 3 stat blocks. They've got all the rules for it here, and you can kind of do your own thing with it. You can. I love this. I think this is a great way to do this. I love how the Artificer, what is the Battlesmith, your companion, how that thing works. This seems to be very similar to that, except you have 3 different options, and I think that's very, very awesome. So, yeah, love it. And then, what else? Exceptional Training. So when you use your bonus action to command your Primal Companion beast to take an action, you can also command it to take the dash, disengage, dodge, help actions as a bonus action. Very nice. Yeah, Beastmaster actually seems like it would be super fun to play. Gloomstalker. Gloomstalker is interesting. I'm glad they've added that here. Dread Ambusher now allows the Ranger to deal extra damage more often then only during the first round of combat and includes the frightened condition. Umbral Sight now increases your dark vision by 60 feet instead of 30 feet if you already had that sight. Very cool. Colton Schiffer, thank you for the 5. Start as a fighter, multi-class thief rogue, lances on the ceiling, still tight fighter. What the heck? Yeah, that's, you guys better be making those builds. I better see them. Better see those lance builds. Better let Jeremy Crawford know that you guys are wanting that lance. It's really important that we've got powerful lance stuff. So, yeah, Piercer, basically. So Gloomstalker, Dread Ambusher. What does this do now? So Ambusher's Leap. At the start of your first turn in each combat, your speed increases by 10 feet until the end of the turn. Frighten. Was that in the original? So this is the thing. I just don't know Ranger as well. Dread Ambusher was that you got bonus to initiative equal to your wisdom, and then at the start of your first turn each combat, you get 10 feet extra speed, which lasts until the end of turn. Then if you attack, you could get an additional attack, and if it hits, it does an extra 1d8 damage. Now, you still get the speed increase. Once per turn, when you attack, and you hit with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d8 psychic damage to the creature forced to make a wisdom saving throw, otherwise they get frightened. And you get the initiative bonus to your wisdom. So now it's not just on that first turn. Now you just always get that 1d8 bonus. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Don't forget Warlock cantrips. I'll get to it. Thank you for the $2, Damien. Appreciate it. Very cool. Stalker's Flurry has been redesigned to enhance the frighten effect granted by Dread Ambusher. What's Stalker's Fury? Flurry. I keep calling it Fury. It's Flurry. So are Umbral Sight and Iron Mind the same? You get dark vision, and you can resist intelligence, charisma, saving throws, more gooder. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same thing. Do you go invisible with Umbral Sight? Is that something you can? Yeah. So while you're in darkness, nice. Gloomstalker's cool. So I'm glad they've kept a lot of it. So it's furry. Yeah, Stalker's furry. Sudden Strike. You can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target, and that is within the weapon's range. Very cool. That's so awesome. And Mass Fear. Each creature within 10 feet of the target must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the creature has the frightened condition until the start of your next turn. That's very cool. Very interesting. Frighten is kind of meh, but you're getting to do it a lot. So I think that this is a fun flavor win for Gloomstalker. I don't think they over-nerfed Hunter's Mark, to be honest. It seems like within playtesting, it seems like a valid nerf. So Mass Hysteria, yeah. And then Shadowy Dodge now allows you to teleport immediately after attack misses. The feature even works against an attack that has advantage. So Shadowy Dodge used to... Whenever a creature made an attack roll against you that doesn't have advantage on the roll, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage. And now it's whenever a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage. Same thing. But then if it misses, you can teleport. That's cool. That's so awesome. Oh, I love that. Very cool. Hunter. Hunter Spray now contains the 3 feature options that appeared in 2014. Giant Killer has been renamed to Retaliator and now works against attackers of any size. Good. That's a good change. Hunter's lore has moved from 6th level to 3rd. Oh, that's a good change, by the way, because it's just weird if you're not in a campaign where you're not going to be fighting things that are big. Now it's just anything. It makes more sense that way. And then we're also getting around some weird, maybe thing you would have with your character where it's like, I like to kill things that are big. That's a little strange. Hunter's lore has moved from 6th level to 3rd. Ooh. Defensive Tactics returns, but it contains evasion and uncanny dodge from... Here, sorry, let me go to the Hunter's Spray first. So we've got Colossus Slayer. Your tenacity to wear down even the most resilient foes. When you hit a creature with a weapon, the weapon deals an extra 1d8 damage to the target if it's missing any of its hit points. You can deal this extra damage once per turn. Very cool. I was just reading a chat here. It says that Dread Ambusher isn't all the time. You can use this benefit a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier, and you regain all of it when you finish a long rest. Okay, so not as good as I thought, but still all right. It could maybe do a little more damage. 1d8 psychic damage is a little low, but I guess if you've got Hunter's Mark and you've got this, you're getting quite a bit of damage. So maybe it's fine. Colossus Slayer is great. Horde Breaker, on each one of your turns when you make an attack with your weapon, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that's within 5 feet of the original target that is within the weapon's range that you haven't attacked this turn. That goes hard with the new weapon abilities like Cleave. I imagine taking this and Cleave, and you're just hitting so many dudes in one turn. That's going to feel really fun to play. Retaliator, immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you attacks you, you can use your reaction to make one attack with a weapon against a creature, whether or not it hit you. Very Gloomhaven. Love that. Yeah, these just go really hard with the new weapon mastery stuff. Super, super cool. And third level, Hunter's Lore. You can call on the forces of nature to reveal certain strengths and weaknesses of your prey. While a creature is marked by your Hunter's Mark, you know whether that creature has any damage or condition immunities, damage resistances, or damage vulnerabilities. If the creature has any, you know what they are. Love that ability. It's probably one of my favorite abilities in the entire game. This and the fact that Battle Master fighters can do that. I hope they keep that there because this is such a cool ability. I love that it's third level now. Such a good change. Such a good change. 7th level defensive tactics. You gain one of the following features: evasion, Hunter's Leap, and Uncanny Dodge. Very cool. So this is just evasion, which is awesome. Hunter's Leap. If an enemy you can see that enters within a space within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Super cool. Uncanny Dodge. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. This I would love to play this subclass. Hunter seems super fun. I really like this a lot. And then you get another feature in your Hunter's Prey feature and another defensive tactics feature. Cool. Love it. Very nice. Cool. I think they're just doing a lot of good stuff for Ranger. I don't think that they nerfed Hunter's Mark too hard. It seems like it seemed overpowered. I didn't really play test it very much, so I think that it's going in a good direction, which is great. Love everything they did with Rogue. Rogue is so awesome. And yeah, all this stuff is great. So far, I think I'm netting more positive. I like what they've done with Paladin. I think it's great. I like what they've done with all these classes. I think that it's overall just improving a lot. I'm only a little afraid of one sort of design thing that I'm seeing a lot within these UAs, and it could be one of two things. So what I'm seeing a lot of is they're taking an ability and they're either making it a spell or just and giving it to every single it's not subclass related. It's just that every paladin can do Find Steed, every ranger can do Conjure Barrage, every bard can cast this spell, everybody can do this one thing. What I'm hoping that is a playtest thing, and it because what it feels like to me as like game design, for looking at it in that perspective, it seems like they want to take everybody who's playtesting and they want to give them one ability, regardless of what subclass they have, and they want to see how they use it and see how it plays. Because if they limit it, and they put it behind a subclass, or they put it behind something else, like, what if not everybody takes the Find Steed spell, and they really want to playtest it? Well, if in the playtest they give it to all the paladins, then they're going to get a lot of feedback behind it. That's what I think that is. Now that I've gotten to think about it a little more, and I think that that's fine. I really hope that doesn't make its way into the final version of the book. I don't think I think the beauty of 5e is that it is very versatile and it lends itself into these abilities that you get to pick from and customize your character. And they're doing a lot of that. They're giving you a lot of options to customize and a lot of options to, like with Cleric, and especially with Rogue, those sneak attack abilities are so cool. They're just giving you lots of versatility, lots of things that you can do with your character that isn't just a one typecast type of character. These other abilities aren't. And I'm hoping that what those are just they're getting into playtesting. Yeah, because beauty of 5e is that you can kind of make two, human rangers are going to be totally different based on the type of player that they are. And I don't think that they should move away from that. I think that that's just a cool thing to have within the system. Bird, thanks for the $5. The rogue tweaks have been exactly what I've been asking for since 2014. Interesting choices, versatile combat. Same things I've been asking on as well. Twerks? Did I say twerks? Rogue twerks? Rogue twerks. Rogue twerks. I love the rogue twerks. Yeah, twerks. Yeah, of course. Yeah, unimportant hero. I like that. Here's a thought. Instead of Find Steed, give the paladin some kind of version of the armor spell so they can summon their own unique paladinly armor. That's fine. That'd be cool. I think just in general, I mean, even then, you're saying that now all paladins should have armor, and you know, who knows if everybody plays like that? Maybe some people play paladins without armor. Maybe some people do that. What about them? What about them? So, yeah, I like that you can basically do twerk damage with the rogue, just turning around dummy thick, clapping your cheeks on the enemy until they are blinded, poisoned, just getting some of that ass damage in there with the assomancy subclass kind of going into there. Taking your giant butt cheeks and slamming them down onto various enemies and doing your twerk damage is something that we've always been asking for within D&D. So, yeah. What? Do you not like that? You don't like the twerk damage, Marcy? Yeah. Let's look at Warlock cantrips, and then we're going to get out of here. Because everybody was saying that I didn't look at them. But I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you guys were just talking about the boon thing? Is that what we were saying? Where were you saying? Rogues be throwing it back? Yeah. Sorry, I can't steal Duke's joke. Duke already has the oath of throwing it back or whatever. Which is really funny. I can't take that. I get garlic bread. He gets oath of throwing it back. You know, we can have our respective memes. Marcy, does the God Emperor need more coffee? She does. She really does. So, yo, Jacob, you can never, ever switch out your Warlock Pact Moon cantrips for any reason. Thank you. I know now. Appreciate it. I misunderstood. You cannot switch those. I think it would be cool if you could, but that's fine. I do like that they, don't they change like the ability score that you use for your casting? That's kind of cool. So, I don't know. Things that are important here, I'll check. Yep. All right. Well, that's the entire Unearthed Arcana, everybody. I mean, it's most of it. We're not going through every single little rule change. It looks like they've done a lot of spell stuff. So, do you guys want to go over the spells? Do you want me to do another stream and look at spells? Is that something we want to do? Oh, they did weapon updates too and feat updates? Okay, we're gonna have to do one, but I'm gonna pull you guys anyways because it's gonna make me feel good. Continue. It's all that reminds me of like in Smash Brothers Melee when you would fail one of the mode, it would go continue, and you would have to like push yes or no. That's what that reminds me of. Yes, 91% of you are saying yes. All right, we'll do it again. We love some validation. Rasputin, hey, what's going on, dude? I see. You know, I just gotta be validated. All right. We got to get in here and make sure that everybody's still on board. You sit here for 3 hours with everybody arguing at you, telling you that Monk it sucks and Hunter's Mark got debuffed and Paladin deserves to be strong and Monk is a terrible class. And just gotta. Who are these traitorous 8%? Not only thinking about it, it's really funny if you put no. If you put no, explain why. I need an essay. Monk doesn't need more damage. It just needs more rogue, god more with cunning strike. Can't Monk get something cool like that? Monk lives off the idea that it's simple. I love the idea that Monk is easy to play, simplified class that just is so like accessible and easy to just do all of its stuff. I think that that's a part of its identity, and I think keeping it like that is fine. It was funny. I just want to go to prison. I put no, just for no reason, just cause it's funny. All right, they destroyed Warlock. They did not destroy Warlock. They just changed the. I think thinking about it after a little while, I think I'm leaning more on them going back to the pack magic stuff because you're right. There was like a really big flavor win with that, but I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see. They probably will, but it's all playtest. We'll get back to the chat making an adventure soon. I promise. Please stop. I would love them to add Artificer to the new book. That'd be very cool. Evan Gray, thanks for the 199. Hey Jacob, really big fan. Love what you do. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. To all the complainers in the chat, I don't like change. Yeah, I know. There's a mix of that. I marked no because you're tired. Shh. Shush. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for joining. This was fun as always. Sorry, it was a little more wacky, a little more goofy today. I'm a little sleepy. Baby had a long night, and I was editing a bunch today, and this is how it goes. Dad is tired. So maybe next time I'll just get juiced up and we'll be all good. So thanks everybody for joining. Love hanging out with you guys. Thanks for all the donations. Really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. So those don't just go into the void and go to nowhere. They are very, very appreciated. So thanks everybody. Love you guys. And I'll talk to y'all later. Everybody go on to, if you have TikTok, go into TikTok. Go search Arcane Arcade. I just uploaded a TikTok to there, and it's a funny moment from our Fallout stream on Saturday, and that's what I was editing earlier. So everybody go watch it and go like it, and that would be a nice present for me. While I've got you all here, and the view count slowly dwindles.